Yeah, yeah, but it's like when you
You
get
are part of
explained,
the
you got to
family. That's
explain it in
right.
a way
The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. Listen here, this is a fact of life. I be rapping like Nat Turner came back to life. Grab Donald Trump by the pussy, he ain't acting right. I never run from a conflict, I be glad to fight. It's a very cold world that we live in. Somebody please tell Elizabeth you're not an Indian. You just trying to con them people to get the benefit. Just another immigrant, stealing from the Indians. That's some punk ass shit and that's too lame. Now we finna step over to Andrew Yang. And you a sucker, you can never speak for black folks. Fake ass pandering, trying to get the black vote. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. You know your boy be high off sativa. Kamala wasn't popping, so we said bye, Felicia. She ain't had a right policy. We ain't trying to meet her. Y'all can take Biden too. Bye. We don't need him. We don't need Roland Martin or that coon Al Sharpton. Didn't need Cory Booker from the start, man. I don't fuck with police and no snitch. You know I'm coming with the heat when I spit it. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. If you ever go to court and this is your luck, try not to get fucked by Benjamin Crump. I know it's hard. You and go is hard. But who the fuck is Amy Cloak? Put her picture up on the bullseye and start throwing darts. People cut our organs out our bodies, that's a stolen heart. They can't save us from the flood like Noah's Ark. Black lives always matter, we finna go for ours. So then we savages, we don't need to pot the piss. Mike Bloomberg can suck dick with that stop and frisk. You ain't speaking for us, we don't know you. Bernie Sanders, they get your funky ass on too. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me.
I'm talking about shout it going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the bed. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7-millimeter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man make them happy because man make them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But the Negro.
She said, mother.
Greetings, well, family, greetings. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Frontline Black News. This is season 5, episode 3, part 1 of the Frontline Black News. And I'm your host, Chan Krumah. And we're joined with our other host, Lady Che. Say hi to the people, Lady Che.
Yeah, I'm in here again, family. I'm home right now from the hospital, and we had our sister's house.
Yeah, Sister
And
Bianca.
me and my sister, we just mind our own business. Just over there doing the show as per usual.
And then we got our West Coast correspondent in the building, Shabaka San Corey.
Hey, greetings from Sin City. Come on, 7-Eleven. Clack, clack, clack. Old bastard needs a new pair of walking shoes. And
you know why? You're getting a new pair of walking shoes because you had Desiree on last time.
Oh my God.
Do you know a little bit about horticulture?
You remember Desiree?
And I was all up in. I was like, oh, they're talking all that shit.
Anaya Purpose.
Yeah, she was acting a fool, and I was like, I was what?
And on this season 5, you gonna have to turn it down, sis. You have to turn it down because it's gonna cause background noise.
Story of my life, dude.
Yeah, and on this season 5, episode 3, part 1 of the Frontline Black News, we'll be discussing several topics. The first topic is tangibles. It's the year of tangibles. We're going to continue to amass up intangible for our vote all the way up to 2,100. So continue to amass up intangible for your vote.
We gotta participate.
Because that's what we usually do when we're here.
No, we don't.
We're
not drunk enough.
It was your whole idea, like, hey, let's do the show at Sister B's.
So we could. I said we could. Yeah. Let's just say
tangibles.
we could.
So what do you want to argue about tonight, Bianca?
Oh, Lord. Let me get to the topic, Shabaka. So we got tangibles, 2025 all the way up to 2,100.
Yeah, cut the fucking check.
That's right. Then we got Don Lemonade. Remember him?
Oh,
Don
Lord.
Lemonade is trying to talk like us now.
Don Lemonade, yeah.
And then Professor Black Truth is going to give us his take on Cory Booker, otherwise known as Cory Bussey. Historic.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man.
And what that
the Cory Bussey minstrel show.
Yeah.
Hold on, Shabaki. Then we got Mad Hoffa lose his barbershop. Remember him? He the one that let Fat Joe go on his use his barbershop to talk shit about FBA. And he done lost.
Fuck Fat Joe.
And then
and I said it, Fat Joe, fuck you.
Right. Then we did the dump as a human shit, and we want to make that perfectly clear. Commit insider trading. And
of course he did. Of course he did. He's a crook. I mean, this motherfucker's convicted of 34 goddamn felonies, man. Why in the fuck would he not commit insider trading?
Well, Nancy Pelosi was doing the same thing, Shabaki.
Well, she's an old-ass drunk man and belongs in a fucking rest home.
She gonna die in the office like Dianne Feinstein. That's sick.
Well, but I had, believe it or not, I had a little bit more respect for Dianne Feinstein than I do for Nancy Pelosi.
I'm not done yet, Shabaki. Then we got Social Security is collapsing. Long waits. Website outages. Endless calls caused by Doge.
Right.
Then Nick Fuentes said this about Jason Whitlock.
Okay.
You remember Jason Whitlock from...
the name sounds familiar. Refresh my memory.
He was going back and forth with Stephen A. Smith. They both sports commentators on ESPN.
Okay.
Then we got FBA brother wants to know why the African Shabaka don't like Americans, but love the folks. Clear folks.
I was having a conversation with a older sister on that there earlier today. It's the effects of neocolonialism. See, the thing is, you got to understand, people.
Hold on. And if we have time, top 15 U.S. cities Black Americans are leaving, and why. You might too. So please join us on StreamYard, Frontline Black News. All of our platforms are in the description. All right, go ahead, Shabaka.
Okay, first place, Nancy Pelosi is old and senile. Okay. Gruesome Newsom and her, they need to be committed to that place up there in the wine country called Napa Valley State Hospital. And that's where all you winos get your Boone's Farm and rot gut shit, bottom of the barrel shit after they, do the high quality wines. You say. So, yeah, that is what a state mental hospital is, and they need to put all the motherfuckers in there, and then when the dump, as in human shit, and I want to make that perfectly clear, by the way, if his ass ever comes to California, which he will, they need to pick that son of a bitch up and throw his crazy ass up in there,
Carlos Rossi.
Yeah, top of the line, Carlos Rossi.
Lady Shay doesn't like your comment about her winos.
I mean, like, I'm a cheap fucking drunk, man, but I like to drink. And I'm not going to apologize.
Well, sister, if you're going to drink, okay, listen to me when I tell you this, okay? If you're going to drink, sister, drink some good shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I drink shit that
but Ripple trying to get Shorty out of jail, Silver
it's like drinking within my means, Shabaka. I'm drinking within my means. Okay? If I could only afford 2 double shooters for $5, because I'm getting me my 2 double shooters for $5.
Get the rock.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm drinking within my means.
That's all saying. Don't get the raw get.
I'm drinking within my means.
Smoking some weed. You don't want to go get that commercial ass shit. Go to a goddamn dispensary, get you some good shit.
Right.
I would love to if I could afford it.
That's right, Shabaka. Get you some good shit. Not no
Reggie. We need people. Okay, so people to get good weed, for our crew to get good weed and good booze, we need donations. So to upgrade the quality of our lives, so therefore we can upgrade the quality of these platforms that we got going on. We got something going on. They keep hitting us with that copyright shit, okay? And I was speaking with Desiree and another gentleman about that. So I'm gonna go check out some copyright laws. Because they keep putting this bullshit up here talking about you guys are doing copyright infringements. Okay, prove it, motherfucker. And then when you cannot, we'll be happy to sue the shit out of you, and then we'll own some goddamn copyright.
Disclaimer is in the description to the show.
Yes.
And scrolling at the bottom of the scroll.
Yes, we do it all the time.
Before we started off playing any videos.
She just being a hater.
So what is she talking about?
Oh, snitching ass hating.
She just mad because we was telling her the truth about Kamala Harris.
Oh, love.
Who was this?
Being a crybaby.
Remember,
we was talking shit to Desiree. Y'all motherfuckers was on it, and I couldn't even stand it no more. And
No, Desiree ain't a supporter of Kamala Harris. I don't think.
Yeah, and then I couldn't tell when she was talking shit about fucking Cornel West. I didn't even. You know what?
Yeah,
I was talking shit in the back.
She kept saying Cornel West was married to a white woman.
Cornel West. Hold it. Stop a second. Whoa. Back up a minute. Cornel West is married to a white woman.
No,
that's
a
not
Palestinian.
A white woman. She's Palestinian.
Right.
Palestinians are not white.
Right. And either way, he's been with that same lady for how long?
At least 20 years.
At least 20 years. So it's not a new bitch. So I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. And then body odors and I don't know what else.
God.
I was listening to 2 things. I was listening to my shit.
She can't be drinking
watching the show and listen to some bullshit. And I gotta go off. And like when I go off in the background, I'm talking shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you the straight truth. People come to listen and learn not listen and learn
So, Lady
about
J, so
motherfucking
what you're
opinions.
saying is that a drunk mind speaks a sober tongue.
Right.
Not always.
Not always.
No,
A drunk mind
not always.
is speaking an antagonistic tongue.
God looks after babies and fools.
Right.
Right. So, and in that case, man, that was something I couldn't agree with because we did meet Cornell West. I met Cornell West.
Yeah, I met Cornell West 3
and
times.
Jesse
He's
3
a
times.
wonderful man.
He's a very
Yeah.
nice man. And
She kept
I
saying
was
he had
like,
an odor. I'm like, I don't remember
and
that.
even so, how old
Daniel
is he?
Berry Sports
He's
Highlights.
How old is he?
Cheers to you, Daniel Berry
He's in his
Sports
60s, right?
Highlights.
Well, she
Listen.
was telling her upper lip,
He
and
earned
she said
every
that he had
ounce
no-
of that
Hey,
funk
cheers,
if
Daniel.
you want to, okay?
Salute to Daniel.
Like,
Daniel
check it
Berry
out.
Sports Highlights.
If he's over there at 60-something years old and he want to be musty in his 60-something years
But
of
he
life,
wasn't
he
musty.
earned every ounce of it, but he
had
wasn't. He
old
never
man
is.
cologne on.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
he
no.
had the
No,
old
no,
man,
no.
old man
I'm
shit.
telling y'all, if she was smelling something wrong, it was her upper
She
lip.
was smelling her stupid ass opinions that day.
Oh my God. That
Their
was
opinions were
Hell, I'm over 60. I bathe every day. Shave too.
right.
Shave?
Gotta wash your ass, to quote Red
Right.
You know what,
Fox.
Chewbacca? You know what you need to go do? Chewbacca,
Go
you need
hit
to
me
lay back
a
out,
damn
back
lick
out.
on these goddamn
He
crap
said-
tables. That's what the fuck I need to do, but I'm too scared to
Chewbacca,
Lady
to
J
gamble
said
my
you need
last
to knock the dust
$25.
off of that.
Chewbacca, you need to go knock the dust off of that a couple of times and leave her just so she stop talking and get her mind right, because that's what's wrong.
Who is this?
This
Desiree.
is the antics of a dickless female.
Ooh.
Well, she
When
right
you
about
not getting
that.
no dick, cuz, and all you got is weird ass attitude of
Well,
weird ass.
sister, hold on a second.
That's
I
that
wouldn't know
abstinence
nothing about
Harry.
dick because I'm not that kind of
No,
guy.
no.
No, you
No,
go
he
drop
said,
the dick.
She said you need to break her off.
You said, no, you go drop the
You
dick.
need to go do it. Take some, get that. Hey, I ain't even go front. There was that one time, right? I said you can have it from this way if you put the back cream on it. You know what I mean?
Well, sis.
Hey, you can have it from the
Well-
back if you put the aspirin cream on them old ass hips, man. Knock the dust off that shit.
Well, there was a joke that Muhammad Ali made
No,
about Howard
no,
Cosell.
knock the cobwebs off that shit. You're gonna have to beat it up like 3 times and no bullshit. You gotta be a work of
Now
art.
says 20 years ago, I probably could have done it, but not at 65. Hell no, we trying to kill me.
Yes. I try to make you gotta work them lower abs, Schmucker.
Oh my God.
Lady Che, let me explain something to you.
And pull.
He said not at those 65.
God damn it,
Not at no damn 65, man.
He said maybe 45.
Jesse, you better not.
Shit, I could barely take a piss as it is now.
They make pills for that kind of shit, Chewbacca.
No. I ain't fucking with no damn pills. No.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what kind of shit these dumpsters is putting in this bullshit.
Oysters and
Lord have mercy.
natural things. You know what I mean?
Chewbacca said he
Sea
ain't got
moss
these problems.
and I don't know what else, and just have her look at you a certain kind of
He
way.
said, no, thank you.
Have her look at you a certain kind of way. See what happens.
Well, that woman put me out of her house at 12 o'clock midnight. Up there in the Barbary Coast. That was the best time to leave the Bay Area.
Remember, he has a boot thing in Utah.
Ooh, see, you about to start
Jesse
shit,
snitching over here. Jesse snitching out.
No, that's classified. I have no knowledge of such operations, and if I had such operations, knowledge of such operations, I would not be at liberty to discuss it.
Understood.
Right.
All right, let's get to the first topic.
You better not have another boot thing,
Tangibles.
I was cock blocking on the train today. It was ridiculous. Let's talk about the cock blocking I was doing at the train today.
Lady Che.
Wait.
That sounds personal.
OTP was looking at my dude like he was the last pork chop in the frying pan.
Oh my
like
God.
the last
Chewbacca,
one.
And
she walked around like 4 times. And I was like, nah, bitch, the answer is no, bitch. Like, no.
How old was this bra?
Young enough, man. I wasn't even worried about it.
She had to been in her like early 20s.
I don't even know
Shabaka.
about it. I don't give a fuck that. What the fuck are we trying
Early
to do?
20, she wasn't looking for no
What the
man.
fuck
She's looking
age
for
got
a
to do with
trick.
trans?
Yeah.
She ain't
Oh
looking
my
for no
God.
man. She's looking for
What
a
the fuck does
trick.
age got to do with these hands and feet?
Oh my God. And
You
then
know
I
what I mean?
almost have to piece up this dude
Oh
on the
man,
train.
he almost did. He stood up and everything.
There's a lot of stuff that's been going on this side.
Okay,
Yeah, like Jesse.
listen to
Oh,
me
Jesse
when I
almost
tell you
pieced
this,
up
No
this.
young man.
passes given.
We don't have no.
No N-word passes
It
given.
started, yeah, because that's right.
No, I think I
B,
started
that's
it
right.
on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
Wait a
he
minute.
did.
Well,
He set it off just
Back
right.
up a
Cuz
minute.
was a
Hold on
Mexican
a
dude or
second.
something like Chicano.
He was
Was this the
saying
cave
niggas.
dweller
Old boy
using
on the
the
train was saying
NGR
nigga.
term?
Yes.
Okay, now listen to me when I tell you this. When the cave dweller uses
It
the
wasn't the cave
NGR
dweller.
term,
It was
the
one of them
right
Latino.
hand
It was
is
one of
supposed
those.
to connect
It was
between
one
the
of those
first N
It was one of them
and the
Chicano
first G.
Latinos.
Denver,
The
Colorado.
left followed by the overhand right is supposed
Yep.
to connect
Well,
between the last
Shabaka,
G
What's about? We were on
and
the
the
Shabaka, I
train.
was
ER.
trying to get off the train and
We
do
were at
that.
our stop. We were at our stop.
I was trying to get the mother to get off the train and do exactly that. He wouldn't
And
get off the train.
Cuz said so all of us in Houston. And all I saw
Yeah.
was
Well,
happening
you
outside
did
of
right to
the
get them off the train, brother, because you see, they
Yeah,
could
yeah.
hit you with a case, man.
Well, I got a
If you
bigger
would have hit
stick
them
The
than
on the
bus,
him.
public
the
conveyor.
driver, Shabaka, the driver was on my
He
side.
was on his side. He was like, hey,
Okay,
homie. He was
okay.
like, oh, white man. With a like, like a
So
little
wait a
gun.
minute. So this was an old white bastard having
The
No.
flashbacks
listen.
backstage.
Shabaka, listen.
No, the
The
dude
dude
that
that was
was
starting the
gonna get beat
argument,
the fuck up, he was a
he was
Latino.
a Latin. He was like a
He was
Denver
not
Chicano
black
type.
Latino. He was one of them
Okay.
white passing
right?
Latinos.
Right. So he's saying
Okay.
nigga
Was
on
he
the
drunk?
He was on
No.
something.
He said it like that, right? But when Jesse reached in his pocket, Jesse, like Jesse has his
I
little,
keep my power
he
tools.
was shit on us. We always keep our shit on.
Oh,
But
you always
Jesse
got to
reached
keep
in his pocket,
power tools with you
said
by any means
typical,
necessary.
like
Oh
typical,
yeah.
and he said the hard
Yeah,
R.
and then he said the hard R and I
Right?
said get off the bus, cuz.
And then I
Or
was
get off
like,
the train.
well, yeah, because he
Okay,
was
so
like,
he didn't want
I
none.
said he
No.
wasn't qualified to say
He
that
didn't
word,
want none.
right? Which is
Okay,
right. I mean,
so then you should have went
whatever.
on and called him you should have went on and called him a punk B and tell him that he wears his mama's underwear, that he wears pink panties.
But we already had to stop, so it didn't
If
matter.
And
we
if he
would have
didn't want
got
to
off,
squabble after
Shabaka,
that, man, then he's just a buster.
Shabaka, we was getting
We
off the bus.
together,
We was
we
getting off
together
the
all the
train.
way, no matter what, right?
He got on at the
So
stop
I'm on whatever
before.
we're on.
And he get on talking
Okay.
about
wasn't
nigga this and
qualified
nigga
to
that.
say
And I'm
that.
like, you ain't
You know
black.
what I mean? And even then, like
And there was
Okay, so
black people
why?
there. There was black. What made it so bad, Shabaka? There was black youth there. And then nobody
Didn't
else
nobody
say
say
shit.
nothing. Everybody
Well,
thought
it's a good thing I wasn't there.
The train
And I'm
conductor
saying
opened the
something.
door and was like, hey, you need to get off with that shit.
I said something with Jesse because I'm on whatever Jesse's on, right? Because we together, that's just what we doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to take off my
But
headphones.
you all read laws in
I
the great
said
state
it to
of
old boy.
Colorado.
I told old boy, I said,
Mhm.
you ain't qualified to say that. You're
Like,
not qualified
he
to
was
say
saying,
that.
nigga, like,
he said, I have family and friends that are black. Okay,
I don't give a
whatever.
damn.
We don't
I don't
give a
know
fuck
who.
about all that.
I know Crips.
Well,
I don't
first
give a
place,
damn.
I'm not nobody's nigga.
Why you turn around and have some fucking respect?
Right.
More so. And when Jesse stood up and so I'm I'm riding around, but
He's
I'm
all,
like,
it is what it is. Yeah, you about to get beat up. That's what it
I'm
is.
technically in my low status, so I'm like, first of all, don't be doing that. You said you a slob.
You about to get
You
shanked
looking like
up.
a real slob.
He was looking like a. Ugh.
But you can't say
Looking
that
like a
word.
blood,
You're not
like,
qualified to say that motherfucking word. What about you, bitch? Like, don't worry about me, man. I don't have to justify my motherfucking shit to some bus rider.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to do it to some bus rider.
This is black family. Is
Never
keep
a
your
dog.
power tools together because with this dumpster, okay, you're gonna have more idiots like that.
Probably
And what
voted
it
for
is
Trump.
now,
If he could
you're gonna
vote,
have
he
to start
probably voted.
making examples out of these clowns
Oh
and
yeah,
send them
that's
to the ER.
Here's my phone. Was
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
all right. So let me get on the tangibles, Shabaki. So this is the year and the decade of tangibles. What up, NORAD?
Yep.
What up, NORAD?
The 2020 presidential elections are coming
Hi.
up. Remember General NORAD, Shabaki?
So
Oh yeah, how's that brother doing? What's up, Norad? Got him as a friend on Facebook.
Yeah, he's still doing shows.
Yeah, that's our family, man.
Okay. Yeah, keep up the great work, General.
Yeah. So back in 2019, our good brother Tariq Rashid came up with this hashtag tangibles. Tangibles 2020. And in it, he was detailing everything that we, meaning the foundational Black Americans, the people that built this country, were going to demand from the two-party system.
Just tell me that.
So instead of 2020, it's 2028. And ain't nothing changed but the year. So we got
exactly.
Playing around like this, B.
For the local, we got 2026 for the midterm.
Y'all should see how much cock blocking I was doing it there.
Oh my God! For the presidential,
I was like,
and
no,
Denver's
bitch.
next election is in 2027. No. And foundational Black Americans are going to reject the 50-year-old plus malign neglect policy that has been implemented by the political system.
Dude,
this malign neglect policy.
Okay, so you know that
man,
stop when we
having a whole side conversation,
right?
y'all. This malign neglect policy mandates that Black Americans should be ignored and only mentioned in vague and non-specific terms.
Right? And the train is long.
Lumping foundational Black Americans into groups of minorities,
mamas carrying babies, and all
immigrants, people
of
color,
that little ledge.
BIPOC,
she came from
marginalized,
right?
Distressed, downtrodden,
I'm not gonna say that.
Underserved, underprivileged, etc., has only hindered the progress of Black Americans as a group while providing tangible benefits for other groups.
Right.
In this election cycle, like I said, 2025 for the local, for most cities, like New York, for instance.
Yep, it's definitely possible. You definitely
2026
right.
for the
midterms,
look at it
in that manner.
And 2028 for the presidential. Black Americans are going to insist that our needs are specifically met by politicians who are seeking our vote.
Where's the
foundational Americans want tangible benefits, specifically for us. We do not want trickle down, secondary benefits that are provided for every group. Every group has not been systematically marginalized and disenfranchised in every area of society. I'm trying to be serious about this. Every area of society is foundational Black Americans. So we refuse to be lumped in with groups who are often assisting the exploitation and disenfranchisement of Black Americans. So politics offer tangibles, specifically foundational Black Americans, or we simply will not vote for them. Be sure to share this message far and wide on social media using the hashtag tangibles 2020. And that's exactly what we've been doing for the past 5 years, 6 years now.
Yes, sir.
And
then also tangibles
all the way up to 2100. All right, Shabaka, what's your
exactly?
What's a tangible?
Okay, also too.
What a tangible is? Go ahead.
Okay, and then also too, as that we doing the show.
I was like,
Twin says peace to all.
Right, and we're doing this broadcast under fair use. Okay, there is no copyright infringement here. None is intended. Okay.
Yeah, he hears you. Mac 285, Twin, and Daniel are in the building.
Okay, peace and abundance.
Yeah. That's right, Twin. Cut the fucking check.
Right. And what's that amount now, Shabaka?
We're at about $26 trillion now.
No, Shabaka. We started with 100 trillion.
Okay, so what's after the trillion?
Gazillion.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we're at $20 gazillion now.
I got food over here.
Damn, 20 gazillion.
And they'd be like,
hey man, we putting interest on it like a goddamn mob boss. Shit.
So that is a 20 with 15 zeros behind
this
it.
motherfucker will leave for a fucking. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me
Then
that
have them
right.
shut down the goddamn Federal Reserve and have them give us some fucking gold.
Will you leave for a
Mhm.
Lady
burrito?
Shay tickling me quick.
Will you leave for a burrito?
I'll leave for a burrito. You still have a half-eaten one.
I'm not listening to you guys.
Because you know I'm telling you.
Cut the check. That's
He
right,
will feed
Twig.
his
Cut
Hey,
the
cut the check.
goddamn check.
boys.
I mean, if they gonna give all this money to all these migrant motherfuckers, man, they damn sure could pay us.
Right.
Hey, Michael.
Right, Shabaka. Oh, we got Michael in the building. Shout out to Michael.
Oh, Michael, thank you for
And the dump got the damn National Guard on the border against these migrants.
Lady Chase says thank you for the donation.
Thank you for my birthday present of $5 whole, Michael. I'm serious, because you don't even know. Thank you.
Yeah.
It came in the clutch with my baby.
He said reparations now.
That's
How
right,
are you
baby.
doing
That's
today? We're doing
Oh,
all
yes,
right.
sir.
We
Yeah, I'm
have-
hanging in there, Michael, and then on top of it,
Before Jesus Lloyd.
You said interesting.
and the reparations is for that is
I'm not lying, dude. I'm not lying. He'll be like, shit. Or they's like, oh, you want to tell? No. Back off, you bitch. What are you doing for food?
Before you other groups come out talking about what about the Irish? What about that and all that? You bastards cashing off the slave trade too.
They were in distant service.
Tell him you'll not be
They
tough.
got paid after 7 to 10 years. The fuck?
And then not to mention that the raping, slave trading pedophiles got paid too. Everybody got paid.
Well, Shabaka Sova word that. Because when they got their freedom, they went and bought
Black people
slaves.
in America.
When who got freedom, they went who bought slaves.
The indentured servants.
Smell the taco shit.
And then they took over
Okay.
the police department.
Yeah. Well, why do you think you got so many black folk
You know me, I
with
bet you
Irish
I
slave
would
names?
tacos at a
Oh
Modelo
my
Negro.
God, you stupid.
And then I'm like,
Lady
so.
Che, I am sure that you are feeling good today. No, I'm sure that you are feeling today. Our Irish service did not want to work on the plantation. They wanted to own slaves.
Feed his
Exactly,
stomach
Michael.
before he feeds his loins.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my God.
No,
And
what they
one of them
wanted to own.
Loin.
No, here's what they was really after people. They were after them pretty black girls on that plantation. That's what they was after.
Yeah.
Dude, why can't women say loins?
The ones that went for $1,500.
That's a product of my loins.
$1,500 for a young black female, but an old ass bastard missing half his teeth like Shabaka. They'll probably pay that nigga $50 to be one of them Yasabal.
What the fuck is a loin?
But you could be for damn sure that Shabaka would not be up there singing zippity doo dah, zippity
Where
day.
the family jewels are.
My little girl doesn't look like me. And I'm
Right.
like, that is a product of my loins right there.
No, Michael, the Irish
Right.
slaves, Michael.
What
Michael, the Irish own slaves. And why do you think you see so many black people with Irish last names? McFarland, McDaniel, Shaughnessy. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, since I was like,
you got Twig
like
cracking up. Y'all got Twig cracking up.
No, because I said, well, I treat Jesse like a kidnap. Like if I was gonna kidnap him in the street, I said he'd come for food before he'd come for his loins, right?
Oh my God!
So it wouldn't just be any average bitch that could just get him to walk off with her.
The way to a man's heart is through his
That
stomach.
motherfucker would be like, burritos, what? Modelo Negro.
No, they think I got the burritos.
They think I got the cooler cut.
They see me with the cooler. They're like,
hey, you got any ice cold waters in there?
Water?
I was like, no, just bundles, nigga. Because I did have my bundles. I thought they were the
I got my cooler, y'all. It was feeling like summertime today.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, now here's what Michael says in the chat. In Ukraine, there are several fields that white Americans can work on. White Americans refuse to move back to Ukraine because they don't want to earn less than $1.
Exactly, Michael. I seen, and guess what I seen today, y'all, while I was at Union Station. Did you see it? It was a Ukrainian flag right next to an American flag.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say what he saw.
Well, I thought it was the police when they gave him that. When I gave him that cold shoulder, did you see how that happened?
Yeah.
The police were talking to me, and I was like, "Yeah, whatever."
Oh, the fair inspectors.
No, it was the police.
You do not say nothing to no law enforcement agency without the presence of an attorney. Your first question should have been, am I under arrest? As soon as he said no, you tell him to have a nice day and walk off.
They were just checking fares.
Do you remember when we used to take the bus and it was like less than 50 cents? It was 50 cents.
They were checking fares on
or
the train.
75 cents to take the RTD, remember? Do you remember them days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Are you talking about the RTD in Los Angeles or the RTD in Denver?
In Denver. We were talking about
the
Denver.
Rough, Tough, and Dangerous.
I used to take the bus from school
Rough, Tough, and Dangerous.
to my mama's apartment, to the shelter.
Otherwise known as regional transportation district.
And it used to be 50 cents. And that was such a long time ago. I mean, in order to take the bus, I had to borrow 50 cents sometimes.
Oh, no, I encountered a Latino that thought it was cool to say the N-word.
He said, he said it.
Latino.
And we had just were on the train. So when I finally, we were already at our stop, we were getting off over here. And I took off my headphones because Jesse was standing up. And I was listening to what they was arguing about. And, Jesse was checking them about saying the N-word, right? And Cuz was getting, like sassy mouth with him. And then Jesse called him a slob or whatever because we was basically doing our thugging little selves. Right? We were just minding our own business at first. And then, she got contentious on the train. And Jesse was like, reaching his pocket. And then dude said the worst shit. He said typical, like, and to go, and with a hard R, to go and get a knife. And I'm thinking about myself, and I'm thinking, you should really not be worried about too much of Jesse. I got a fucking machete here. I'll cut your motherfucking face off. I'm right here.
I'm glad I wasn't with y'all because right now, if I was with y'all right now, I'd be sitting in the goddamn Denver County jail.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would have.
Whatever Jesse's on. So Jesse tell you can't say it because you're Chicano or whatever, and you decide that maybe your particular black friends let you get away with that, but this is a new day and age.
Right. No passes given.
No passes are given. And this started off like what B said that night with you to the store.
New
Year's Eve.
Look, that motherfucker tried it. I bet you think about that shit every time he see a damn hand sanitation station.
Because of saying it on the bus, because of saying it on the train, and I was saying it.
Nigga.
I was like, I said, you can't say it. He went to immediately like, well, what the fuck about you? Like, because whatever. But here's my thoughts. I don't owe any explanation to no bus rider.
Oh, you ain't mixed. You ain't black.
And you're not mixed. You're not mixed. You're not black. You're not. But that's beside the point. The fact is that he had already stated out of his own mouth that he has friends.
Yeah, he goes
like black friends and family.
Black friends and family.
And I can say whatever I want. Then he was name dropping.
See, as soon as he would have finished that sentence, this motherfucker would have been eating a right hand. That's for damn sure. Because I'm not nobody's nigga.
You can't get him up on the train.
Plus, I'm about to run for office.
So I'm trying to get his punk ass to get off the train.
Much, but
Mike. I don't have too much value on Philip Scott.
They don't like us though, Shabaka. They don't. And they side with the Mexican Mafia, and the Mexican Mafia sides with the Aryan Brotherhood in prison. They don't like us.
It's not.
Who are you speaking of in particular?
These so-called Latinos.
Chicanos and Tejanos.
Oh, okay, got you. You're right about that.
They got their own little thing.
It's us against everybody.
Mm-hmm. Denver.
See, everybody hates us.
Yep.
Well, yeah. But you say
And the reason why they hate us is because they cannot be us.
offending you. And
I was ready. I was so ready.
He could have just said, you know what, you're right, and just looked down at his phone. That's it. He didn't have to do all that kind of extra shit.
And not said nothing.
Okay. Oh no, now here's one for you. Well, I almost had to smash a white boy at City Hall in Los Angeles a few years ago.
I have a reputation for doing that.
Well, don't show up in LA County. If you catch another case, don't show up in LA County. Because they're going to use it against you.
One little thing, right? And so I'm like, think about it, dude.
No, white boy going to tell me if I don't give him no money, he was going to take it. I said, you took him to trial, man, and you better call a goddamn ambulance, man, because you're going to need one after I finish with your ass.
Yeah.
And I'm glad.
I wouldn't have even warned him. He just would have fucked around and found out.
No, he didn't want none because when I told him that, the motherfucker peed on himself.
I thought this motherfucker was going to do the same thing.
When he said it was so fucking egregious, I was like, and I said, excuse me? Like,
he was saying it for a reaction.
Yeah.
He wanted to see what was going to happen.
Yeah, and you're right.
All right, then a right hand should have bounced off of his fucking chin.
If you weren't on the train,
if he would have got off the train,
that's exactly what would have happened.
Too pussyfied to get off the train.
Oh, look, of course.
I was the last one getting off the train, telling him shit.
Because if you get in a fight on the train and you banned from RTD for life,
right? You don't want. I don't want to get banned because we come out here. This is like our own.
That is having a fight on a public conveyance.
Yeah.
But we came like save your gas, man. Let's go for a little late.
Ask me how I know.
I had a
situation like 12 years ago. I had to pull a gun on somebody on the bus.
Brother, never say nothing like that on the air, sir. That could be used against you in the court of law.
It wasn't a real gun, but whatever.
Gun charge.
No, okay. So it was like a little toy gun.
It looked real.
Dude, I got a little record.
Okay, all righty.
Okay. That was the first charge I ever got was downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fucking gun charge.
Mm-hmm. With that menacing,
really think about guns like that.
brandishing.
I'm really about that. Like, I want to fight. I'll fight you first. Before I have to reach into my
just
team,
in case.
Hey, man, I'll shoot you in the toe or punch you in the face. But either way, you gonna feel it.
You gonna F around to find out.
I'll fuck around and do both. Shit.
Okay. Now, Michael says here, now here's something interesting that Michael is saying. Let us say that all crackers are forced to move back to the caves of Europe. They would feel depressed because they can't oppress anyone there due to the country being 98% white.
Yep. That's why they refuse to go back, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go back. They don't want to go back to the Caucasus Mountains.
Right, because they had no natural resources there. It was all barren.
Mm-hmm. They come from scarcity. We come from abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lady Che, final thoughts on tangibles.
Oh yeah, that ass whooping could have been tangible.
Well, when you fuck around, you find out.
No, he didn't want to find out. Your ass wouldn't get off the train.
That ass whooping.
Okay, so therefore, he should not have fucked around.
Yeah, he made it like we were getting off anyway.
Don't be scared now, motherfucker.
Right.
Your mouth was running.
Right.
Yeah, and Jesse stood over there. I'm I'm the last motherfucker on the train, so me and him have our own little exchange. I said, name dropping will get you nowhere, punk.
Right.
Like that. Like,
yeah.
If I'm a woman.
Right.
Yeah, but I was about to say,
you're a veterana.
Yeah, I'm a bitch. I'm like, man, fuck you. I said, name dropping will get you nowhere, punk.
She's like an OG female.
I was like, you ain't got no clout like that. Not like me. Not like that's what I say. You're not like me.
I said, not like us.
Yeah, you're not like me. You're name dropping this shit. That's snitching in my book, and nobody's gonna.
Okay, now Michael, you guys can create a song for reparations like Ice Cube. Well, he would be happy and bring the song to Donald Trump and demand cash payment reparations from the president.
Earth already beat us to it. Kukisi, the brother that does the intro.
And not only that, but Ray said
He got a whole song called "Cut the Check."
Ray said he got a little something for me too that I was looking at.
Yeah,
I've been really sick, y'all. Like, this is the first time I probably would have been so active, and really because I'm over here. Look, could you imagine if we were separated right now? We'd be asleep.
Yeah.
Miserable. A little laughing, giggling, and shit.
All right, Sister B, what's your thoughts on the tangibles?
What's your thoughts about these loins?
Oh my God.
Okay.
What you talking about? No.
My thoughts on tangibles?
Yeah.
Loins?
That would be weird.
At this point,
Go ahead.
Like, the
at
bitches
this
eyeballing you
point,
like
I'm like I said, we have to mean what we say and say what we mean. We got to stand behind it.
Right.
Dust settles. We shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to keep that in mind because they are going to try
to test
and see what
to
they can offer.
Out. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're going to offer crumpets. If you accept them, then that's what. But no, we want the whole damn cake.
Right.
And that's
well, you're right, Sister Bianca. And then what they're going to do is they're going to put some half-baked, half-fried, bootlicking bastard like Warlock up there, Jesse Jackson Jr., or some other ass-scratching Yassa boss talking about, well, we don't need it. You see, we just want to be Americans and all that shit. And meanwhile, the goddamn police department is killing you left and right.
I promise you. That's when they're going to come throwing money at us.
They need us.
Because they need us to integrate back into their society.
Meters. They
No, you're right about that. And then also too, Sister Bianca, to prove your point even further, if there was to do the reparations, it's going to get submerged back into the U.S. economy anyway.
Well, that's why we really got to get to the point. If you guys ain't gonna give it to me, motherfucker, don't ask me for shit.
Exactly.
Don't ask me for my gold. Don't ask me for my tax money.
Right.
Don't ask me for my support during any of your protests.
Right.
Don't ask me for shit.
Right.
You're right. You're right. You should see these damn fools in Los Angeles today. And then, Lady Che, Lady Che, I know you know what a criminal courts building is in L.A., right?
Where is that? Yes. What part of L.A. is that?
It's in
the criminal courts building, that's right there in downtown L.A., man. It's over there off of Hope and, wait a minute, what the shit?
Oh, you said you're making progress with Andy Ellis? Okay.
A Green Party candidate for governor in Maryland to push hard for cash payment reparations.
Damn it. I forgot about the Maryland reparations commission.
Oh, well, we need to reach out to Mr. Ellis.
Is the channel working again?
Yeah, they're good.
And we got to reach out to Pastor Turner, too.
And also, too, I heard from Brother Ajay today, Brother Paris.
Brother Isaiah or Brother Isaiah?
Wolverine.
No, Brother Ajay. Not Brother Isaiah.
Brother Ajay.
Oh, wow. How's he doing?
The professor. Okay, yeah, he's doing good. Is because, see, what he was doing was he was doing live feeds from Harlem, right?
Oh, yeah.
And a while back when we was with Blog Talk, you know, I had mentioned to him that I had wanted to do a live feed simultaneously with him from Oakland. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
See, you know, making that east-west connection. You see what I'm saying? And then if we could have got somebody in the CHI, man, that would have even been better.
Yeah.
Andy Ellis is going to update his reparations platform on his website. Okay. All right. Now, the first thing, as far as the reparations is concerned, goddamn, get it from the Federal Reserve. No, get the reparations money from the Federal Reserve Bank, because them is the sons of bitches that stole the money from the Freedmen's Bank.
Well, they say that's conjecture, Shabaka, but we already know.
It's what it is, the truth.
Right, I was about to say.
Okay, so in other words, they're coming up with prepackaged bullshit and double speak. Okay, so now they want to piss on our heads, tell us it's rain, shit on us, and tell us it's snow. Okay, now here's the counter to that.
That's because
the counter to that is is don't spend your money with these motherfuckers.
Right.
But
and
they
it's
got
been
at
way
least
too motherfucking
$53
late.
million back then off of us.
I don't want. I want a whole new thing.
I just
A whole trustworthy new black people.
He said, I advise Andy Ellis to get the language correct. Okay, good going.
Okay. I appreciate you, Michael.
Yep.
Okay, now, going back to
So moving along,
Economics
Corey Bussey.
101.
We got to get to Corey Bussey now.
Corey Pussy, what?
Corey Booker.
Oh.
Corey Bussey.
Okay, he belongs in jail or in an insane asylum, and you might as well tell that Sambo ass bastard that I said, and you can give him my phone. Tell that bastard that I said that he wasn't nothing more than a fucking minstrel up there buck dancing. I don't know what the hell was worse, Sambo or him.
Look at the camera, Shabaka.
Hey there.
Wait a minute. Look at the camera. I can't. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh man.
Okay. Oh, there's Bianca. Hey Bianca.
Peace.
What's going on? How you been?
I was just saying, hey.
All right, that's good. Hey, and by the way, I want to give a shout out
around this house stalking, thinking he a damn Black Panther.
You fall for that sexual
okay, hey, but also too, I want to give a shout out to the women's boxing heavyweight champion Clarissa Shields. Oh, she's a beast. Clarissa Shields is bad.
Shit. Right. You see what I'm saying? This is one thing I've learned when it comes down to a lot of this shit. It's all distractions. Yeah. It's all distractions. Okay. Sports, entertainment. This is why they get paid as disgustingly much as they get paid. They get paid millions and billions to distract us. Yep. That's it.
Okay, you're talking about breads and circuses.
I'm talking about smoke and mirrors, because that's all it is.
Okay, all right.
Smoke and mirrors going on in front of us while they got all their hands in every fucking pie and every fucking
baby Huey's.
Yeah, they do. I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. Okay, now also two ladies, not to mention the fact that the dumpster had made statements when he was in his first regime about grabbing women a certain way. That is perversion. And say, no, man ain't supposed to be doing that with no woman. That's a sexual assault.
I was about to say, I don't even see how they can say that that's locker room talk or anything like that.
He was in a trailer when he did it.
Hey, man, you still sound like a fucking creep. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, that's a whole fucking creep.
And then
I was raised in the boys, and ain't none one of my brothers, my cousins, been like, oh yeah, I went and grabbed her by the pussy. Like,
I'll punch a motherfucker in the face.
Shit.
No, as well as you should, because that's a sexual assault.
Punch her in the pussy, but no, I'm just saying you don't just go and grab her. What the fuck?
Kick her in the twat.
Okay, but also too, but hold on, no. But here's something that we overlooked. Y'all gonna love this. Now, you remember when old Donald Duck was talking about his boy Arnold Palmer, and they used to play golf together and go get in the shower together?
It does hurt.
Remember that one?
Hey, but that's a part of their Grecian, you know, all that Greece shit. That it's a part of all that Greek shit that they had going on, that Roman shit that they had going on,
all that sick shit, all that perverse ass shit,
all that fucking weird shit. They can't keep their dicks out of nothing. Okay,
no, but beyond
out of men, they can't keep their dicks out of animals. They can't keep their dicks out of children. They can't keep their dicks out of nothing. And that's the reason why we got mermaids, because they can't keep their dicks out of fish either. Shit. Right.
Well, this is because these are some perverse, sick-ass individuals, and they come from a culture of filth. They come from a culture of perversion.
Yep. I don't want none of those touching my loins.
Oh my God.
See,
you don't have any loins. You have no loins, Brandy.
Right.
what's loins?
What's
that?
Of the loins talk. We're not talking about loins.
Oh, because I said about
What is loin?
Any of that anymore.
Food before you.
But what is loin? Please help, for I'm ignorant.
The family jewels, Shabaki.
Loins.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
What's your advice, Colin Kaepernick, to demand cash payment reparations for slavery? My advice to Colin Kaepernick is to keep up the great work.
Yeah.
Because Colin Kaepernick, see, let me show you people how history repeats itself. Colin Kaepernick sacrificed his NFL career. Muhammad Ali sacrificed his prime years as heavyweight champ. See,
Kahari in the building.
Hey, win, lose, what's up with you?
Kahari.
Okay. So therefore, you know, we got to keep the momentum on that there going. Because the next thing that they're going to be coming up to you with some fool with a 5 o'clock shadow shoving ketchup up his ass, talking about he's having a menstrual cycle, talking about that he represents American manhood. Man, get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. Next thing you know, oh, you out of town? Oh, okay. All right, win, lose, you out of town. Okay. Now, the next thing you know, people.
What you doing? Kahari said he out of town.
Oh, Kahari, what you doing?
Okay, now keep in mind, it's going to be against the law for a man to like women.
Shabaka,
and vice versa.
Shabaka, we've been saying that for like 6 years at least.
And this is why I appreciate the woman who was competing in the fin. Yeah, Heinz ketchup. Yeah, Mac 285. Yeah. Sick shit. Okay, and then this is why I appreciate it. Okay, but this is why I appreciated the woman, Brother Che, the story we did a few days back of the woman who refused to sword fight the biological male.
Shabaka, it's some transhumanism that's going on.
All I want to know is where my
transhumanism. Good God Almighty. Lord.
We want to create cyborgs if they ain't already done it.
I tell you
that. All right, so win, lose, you down there in Mississippi.
Next thing you know,
M-I, crooked letter, crooked letter, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I. Now, Mississippi, you had some cruel slave traders down there in Mississippi.
They already stuck their dicks in the vacuums. Now they're going to be sticking their dicks in the robots.
You better not come back fatter than you already are.
Sister Bianca, they already doing that bullshit.
Where you
I saw some. We had a some bitch call up one time on Shabaka's Black Experience talking about a sex robot. Man, you out of your damn mind.
Where's my belly button at? Cause like they done cut me up and now I got no belly button no more.
You said I got no belly button.
There she is.
I was at it. Oh, yeah.
I don't have a navel.
No, like I was like I went in this motherfucker with a belly button.
Right.
She said I don't have a navel, nigga.
I was like, what the fuck I was like, yeah, what the fuck my navel at,
down the middle.
Yeah, see that instead of belly button, now you ain't gotta worry about all them beats.
And then I was like, I said, where my celly cut? I said, where my celly cutting?
Yeah. Where your celly cutting?
Oh my God, where my celly cutting? Like, where the fuck is it? They did cut me up, man, and it's just straight line all the way down, like from like where they cut it. It's like this long. The wound is like this long, okay? Right, like literally like this long. I'd show it, but Jesse ain't gonna like that because it's kind of like invasive, right?
Put that body away.
So it's like this motherfucking long. And when it started, it was a hernia, right?
Yeah.
So they motherfucking cut up from the hernia up.
Yeah, it ruptured.
Up, okay, they went up.
That hernia
so I'm
ruptured.
sitting here, we packing this wound down. I said, you know what's missing here? My motherfucking belly button. A month later, right?
Where the hole
a month later, I'm wondering where the fuck my belly button at, cuz?
She got a hole,
they
y'all.
stole it.
And that's where the belly button
they
is.
took it and hid it from me.
Look,
The
they
celly
trying to
cutting
keep our.
is.
They trying to keep anything
They're
from
trying
me.
to take
That
our
was the last of my cells.
our belly button.
They took my stem cells. Like, look, I came in the world with that. I fought in the world with that.
That's my baby blood, motherfucker.
That's my mama
the
and daddy
percentage
shit.
full of nothing but stem cells.
Yeah, like, you gonna take that and you just gonna leave me all open and like a motherfucking, like I look like I shanked.
The powwow for Fort Collins was going on this weekend.
You can't go to no more powwows. You got food poisoning last time.
Well, I won't eat any Indian fried bread.
So I was like, didn't I have a belly button, cuz?
Yeah.
And I mean, and look, I was like, I was pretty sure. I was like I was like this, like, look, I was like this. I was like, sitting there telling Jesse. I was looking at Jesse, and I was like,
Jesus does have no belly button. Well, Jesus was.
But Jesus is a made up fictional thing. If you really want to ask
born, though.
Like, that's a made up fucking fictional
Santa
shit.
don't got one.
That's like saying
Santa born. Who's Santa's parents?
Look, we'll acknowledge Santa right now because we still of age.
The only people that have a damn belly button has been born. Meaning they have come out.
Look, now I'm not even sure about myself.
They were attached to a placenta.
Now you were just created.
Now I'm just created. Like, again, I wasn't sure initially.
Were you born?
I mean, I can't tell. The woman didn't like me.
Born to be alive.
That's it. Like, so good. Turn back around right here. So the broad didn't like me, right? So I'm like, do you do this? Can you see me? Hair all wild and shit.
Look, the broad didn't like you. You thought she stole your
I came over
button.
here like she was supposed to do something with this shit.
She thought she stole her belly.
The cord was wrapped around her neck or her hand.
I was all wrapped up. So I was like, the womb tried to exit me a couple of times. So it would not behoove me. I fought for that motherfucking belly button, goddammit.
Yeah.
And that was gone. I was sitting there looking at it like a month later. Okay, think about it like this, family. I can't see the wound by myself until now, right? So there's no vacuum. It's just me, the materials, and Jesse or a mirror, right? And so now I can take care of myself, right? But they're not telling me how to be careful. So I'm up and down and I'm busting little holes inside of the right. Now, I didn't realize, I forgot to check because I've been so sick. For one whole month, I didn't see my belly button. Because everybody's been taking care of me. I've been really that sick. You dig?
It's right where the hole is.
And I'm like, he says that. So I'm like checking it out with the camera. Like, well, where did it start? Because I forgot. I forgot how big that shit was.
Yeah.
And then they took it out, and then they took it out and made like they took everything out, right? And made like a little structure like about this big inside, like for eating and whatnot, okay?
Yeah.
So they didn't tell me how much I can eat, when I can, whatever I have to do, right? They didn't tell me any of that. Right? So I'm figuring it out. And everything tastes gross to me, right? So like I could barely, like, right now I think it's butter. Everything with butter is like gross. Right? Or greasy or something like that. Nothing tastes right. Right? So I'm eating little bits of stuff here and there. And it's getting on my motherfucking nerves. So okay, it's cool. So now they done took about 132 pounds of whatever off me. Because that's how much it was. Right? And then they expect it all to go back like this. And then not tell you how much you have to work with. Like, they didn't tell me how much intestine they took off. They didn't tell me how much colon they cut out. They didn't tell me anything. They just basically like, so every doctor who talks to me now is giving me like little pieces of information. And I feel like this, like, it's that type of shit that led me on this little journey with my motherfucking lineage, right? Because they would give me and my family little pieces of information whenever the mood arose. And it'd be so minuscule, I'll work with that for my brain for like a year. Which is fucked up. They're supposed to tell you what the fuck they do to you. I had 4 surgeries. I'm sent home with
You're right.
home. Like they left me in charge of, like, right now, like I'm all up on the camera. But they left me in charge of taking care of a motherfucking stab wound like this big.
Damn.
You did?
It is healing.
Yeah, and I'm over there like, I mean, I finally started walking today, like without any tools, like no walker, no cane, no nothing. When I got here, I took the stairs.
You went up the stairs.
Yeah,
and then I boot scooted it all the way down Sister B's stairs. She knows. She knows I boot scooted down the stairs, man.
She's been walking all week.
Yeah. Well, just for the last weekend since I get home. So no walker, no cane, no real estate. I try to stand straight up, and I got the curl in my back and my hips. So, and I was like,
yeah, she got that.
And then Jessie snatched me back.
Look at you.
She got that C curve, Chewbacca.
Yeah, Chewbacca. No, said it with all the animosity in the world. So I had this little they when they give you wounds like that, they give you like a little a binding belt. And so Jessie snatched me in today. Yep, I never would have said that word.
Snatch her up.
Yeah, he snatched her up.
Yeah, I was like, ooh wee, because you're gonna be fist fighting on the bus, and instead it was me doing major cock blocking. Or major
Stop saying cock blocking.
I was cock blocking, but it could have been major
cock blocking.
It is cock blocking.
You weren't blocking his cock from doing anything.
I thought I was.
Oh my God.
Hey, Brother Check, do we want to invite anybody else on tonight's presentation?
No, we did not, Chewbacca, because you know how that shit can get.
You know how contentious
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right about that.
No.
Now, once again, we are not doing no copyright infringement. All of this is fair use.
That's some hater shit, cuz. Right there off top.
Because we're also live on Chewbacca's Black Experience Enhanced Like page, too.
Hater agent shit.
That's some hater shit because, when something's not going your way, go ahead and take
family and fellow soldiers.
Do you guys think she's a plant?
I just think she's a loudmouth when she's drunk. Which we all have. Do we all have these fucking ugly moments when we've been drinking too much? You know what I mean?
I do.
I do.
I think the moral is don't get drunk on camera.
So the moment is be able to maintain your shit.
Well, that's why I'm over here.
Maintain your shit. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She can't hold her liquor.
Whatever the problem was, it was not conducive for whatever the fuck we were doing. And I wasn't really participating. I was sick, remember?
Yeah.
I was trying to get well. So whenever I have to get upset about something, it's because some shit was happening I didn't like.
Die.
Huh?
This is about to die.
Well, plug it in somewhere, baby.
Plug it in.
What's about to die? Cell phone, laptop? You got to keep it plugged in.
Why don't you just log into my Wi-Fi?
Okay, let's do that. Hold on, somebody.
Don't go nowhere, peoples.
I have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's B Sanctuary. Okay, I'm in. Still. All right.
Now, I'm also looking at the idiot box right here, and they're talking about they got some damn UFO sightings.
Chewbacca, we still ain't found the aliens that touched down in
right. And ain't nobody gave me the intersection here in Las Vegas of where these motherfuckers are supposed to be walking. Man, I ain't listening to none of that bullshit.
That's Project Bluebeam. That's it.
So let's get to Corey Bussey. And what Professor
Corey Bussey.
Lady J Tickle will be up.
And what kind of stash was that fool using, man, to stay up all night?
For 25 hours.
Base rocks.
This fool, he eclipsed.
He eclipsed
that.
I don't know.
That segregationist. What was his name, Chewbacca?
George Wallace.
No, the other one.
Jesse J.
Strom Thurmond.
The one that bite and study under.
Oh.
Yeah, Strom Thurmond. Now, Michael says here, if the feds cut you a check, what kind of industries are you interested in operating and owning? The answer to that there, Michael, first thing we got to start homing in on is social media.
And our agriculture. No. How could that be?
No, social media and agriculture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need to be able to take care of ourselves. That's first and foremost. Is our agriculture and our self-sustainability.
Right? Okay. Now on that there, Lady Check, for the self-sustainability, okay, or self-sustaining, you are right. Agriculture. And make sure you do not have any GMOs in it.
Yeah, she got baby tomatoes growing.
So right now, B's house, right?
I have an indoor garden.
She has an indoor garden, right? And I'm looking at it right now. There's a whole elephant. It looks like it's carrying a tree of baby tomatoes. They're like little orange. They're orange right now.
Hey, you don't show all around.
That's enough, man. People know what it's like to be in a Blacc house.
Okay.
So
I just showing the tomato.
Right. So that right there is a little bit of sustainability. She got these little cups filled with
bell
stuff.
peppers.
Mm-hmm.
I have in the kitchen. I have potatoes and onions growing in one of the coolers.
So right now
you need the onions. You need the potatoes and you need the onions.
Yeah, and the tomatoes.
We need all this stuff.
And the tomatoes. See, but you all do, okay, now you all got more sunny days than California, but the only drawback against you all there in the Centennial State,
California and Florida, Shabaka.
But you all got that damn ice back there, man. I can't deal with no ice.
We a mile high.
Listen, Shabaka, we over here, so our needs.
Well, come sit out here in this 120-degree heat with me next month.
I've already done.
I ain't got no problem with I used to live in Vegas.
I've done it already, Shabaki.
I've been outside. We've been outside.
I've been out there when it was excessive heat warnings.
I used to live in Las Vegas.
Now look,
well, come out here with me this summer here so I can watch these white folks cook and laugh at their ass.
It don't bother me.
That's when it's excessive heat warnings.
Right.
Well, just keep antifreeze in your radiator because I'm getting ready to take all the fucking water out my radiator and put nothing but antifreeze in it.
And that's another thing that we need to invest in is our automotives and our industrial.
Yes.
No, you're right. Now that's what Samuel Trehori is trying to do.
What kind of industries are we interested in operating and owning?
Like to be simple.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. One would be agriculture. Another one will be automotive industries, and another one will be high tech because we're gonna need power tools, if you know what I mean. Okay. We also
remember that video I played Shabaka of 100 black inventions you didn't know was invented by black people.
Yeah, we did that show. I had to listen, and I can't find it because I used to have it up on my wall.
That's the whole thing. If we go back into industrial, we'd be able to create wind turbines, all kind of stuff. We wouldn't have
all that, and they got it. And keep in mind that they got enough wind out here to put some wind turbines up in here, and we could be generating our own electricity.
Wind turbines, Shabaka. But remember on the old Sambo, we were supposed to have them all throughout the plains.
Oh, okay.
I decided to make myself funky.
Because the plains is the Dakotas, eastern Colorado, and Kansas.
Yep.
I made myself
Nebraska.
I would put the wind turbine on top of my underside.
Wyoming. Ain't nothing in Wyoming.
Hey, tell me about it. I've driven through that whole state. Ain't shit out there.
Except Tetons and Yellowstone and Yogi and Boo Boo.
Yeah. Mr. Ranger son.
That picnic basket.
Exactly.
And then you find out what the picnic basket was for.
That's what I learned.
Oh, yeah. Picnics. Pick a nigga.
But everybody want to see a nigga until it's time to see a nigga.
Nobody wants.
Everybody wants to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga.
They want the lifestyle of being black, but they don't want the struggle.
Right.
And you all heard me for 8 years go back and forth with idiots on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced.
Yep. So let's get to Corey Bussey and his 25 hours of tether babble, of demo rap.
The minstrel show.
Bussy, like he busts his
Boy pussy.
Yeah,
Pussy.
they know that's
Well, Bianca, boys don't have pussy. The crack of a man's funky, stinking ass is not a woman's womb.
I'm the professor, and this is the...
Because they say it's boy pussy.
No, that's an asshole.
No, it is shit is what it is.
Yeah.
It is shit.
It is shit.
Just watch it and be real quiet about it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Shabagi. So let's get to his historic filibuster.
A moment of truth.
And if he shows
Last week we talked about the buffoonish clown Eugene Daniels and how he talks a ton but says absolutely nothing. Well, last week apparently another sexually suspect media figure, Cory Booker, took Daniels' blathering as a personal challenge, and he set out to prove definitively who's the biggest mouth in America. He also showed why it is that we despise the Congressional Black Caucus, the reason that we call them the Congressional Black Talkers. Just look at what's happened in the last month alone. Al Green disrupts an address to Congress live on air to protest Medicare cuts. Jasmine Crockett started a controversy that blew up in her face because she tried to call out the admittedly racist governor of Texas, but she didn't do it because he's a racist. She did it because she wants to show what an outrageous, sassy city girl she is. And now we have Cory the Bootlick Booker, who went before the Senate and delivered the longest wind-blown statement in senatorial history. He made some headlines for that, but simply because of the novelty of what he did, nobody can say what substance he was putting on display. This is what's been going on in the last few weeks alone, and it shows exactly why under white supremacy, black leadership has become an oxymoron. 3 Negroes in Congress, all of them make headlines, but not one of them says one word about black people. And this is who the white media calls a Congressional Black Caucus. Now, for those of you who may have missed it, last week Cory Booker went before the Senate to give the longest speech in the history of the Senate. He stood for 25 some odd hours, basically saying, I don't like Donald Trump or his policies over and over again. He didn't really say much of anything, but it appears that he had the intended effect, which apparently was to get attention for himself on social media. The New York Slime says that Cory Booker has a TikTok account, and his marathon speech got over 350 million likes. We won't ask how many of those were probably bots, but on a side note, I consider it to be perversely ironic that Booker seems to like his TikTok account so much, and that he's gotten so much value from it, especially considering that when the TikTok ban bill was before the Senate, Cory Booker voted for it. Now, of course, he had to try to cover up this hypocrisy, so he claimed that he only voted for it because it was bundled with other legislation such as the Ukraine and Israel war funding bills. As Booker put it, the TikTok bill, if it was a standalone bill, is something I would have voted against. Well, considering the fact that it wasn't a standalone bill, we'll never know now, will we? But then again, this is a man who's never done a thing for black people. I'm not sure why anyone would be surprised that he's two-faced on everything else. And of course, being part of the Congressional Black Talkers, he had to invoke another do-nothing politician, John Lewis. He said, let's get in some good trouble.
Got knocked upside the head talking about
what
good
trouble? Now, when has any Democrat ever taken a position for reparations or put their foot down and said that there must be an anti-black hate crime bill passed or we won't allow any other business to be done in this house? See, that would be somebody who's looking to get into some good trouble. That would be somebody who's looking to give these white supremacists hell. That would be somebody who's actually taking a stand for something that actually matters. They love to use that phrase, good trouble. But all that empty phrase seems to mean is pretending to make waves when in reality they're still playing the same old game. People who try to make some fallacious false connection between these pathetic, meaningless inside the beltway gestures and the truly courageous work of the civil rights activists, that's an abomination. The civil rights movement did a lot of good things, but even Dr. King said that there were many in the movement who were merely using it as a springboard to a position of power and privilege for themselves. And it was pretty easy to see who those people were. Everybody wants to ride off the coattails of our suffering and our struggle and our virtue, because most of the fights we've waged, all these other groups were on the sidelines, or they were fighting against us. Ours is the only virtuous struggle taking place today, so of course everyone wants to try to find a way to leech off of it. Serpents in sheep's clothing. This is why delineating is so important, and stopping everybody from invoking our history is a must. All right, so we know what Cory Booker did. The next question is, why? My personal take on this is I'm getting the same vibes that I got when Barack Obama gave his wind-blown DNC speech back in 2004, and when Kamala Harris was running for the Senate. It was pretty obvious that Obama and Kamala were both trying to position themselves for a White House run, which is exactly what they did. And when I look at Cory Booker in this stunt, this seems to be his lunk-headed, awkward attempt to try to position himself for the same thing. And why not? The Democratic field of contenders for 2028 is essentially wide open. Gavin Newsom has wrecked a lot of his would-be support. The man never had any credibility to begin with. And the only other name of note is Rahm Emanuel, who couldn't get himself elected dog catcher at this point, much less president. So in my opinion, I think Cory Booker is trying to raise his name recognition. I don't think this is a trial balloon per se, but I do think that he's flirting with the idea, and this is him trying to see how the public reacts. So far, the usual corners of support have been supportive, acting as if he did some great thing. Stunts like this make political statements, but they don't change anything, any more than Al Green's disrupting that address to Congress. Even if you're one of the DNC shills in my comments who laps this mess up because simple minds are easily impressed, I challenge you to think of even one meaningful thing that he said throughout that 25 hours. Seriously, what awesome point or points did he make? What great policies did he make some sort of earth-shattering entree for? Whose minds did he change? What agenda did he put on the table? Can you name anything that he even said? Out of 25 hours, can you remember any of it? Obama and Kamala would both use the media to get some quickie headlines for themselves by starting pointless spitball fights with the Republicans during this or that Senate hearing. All of it was nothing more than PR for their own personal political ambitions. Obama did it during the Bush years and Kamala did it during Trump's first term. But it also needs to be said that during the first Trump administration, Cory Booker also tried and failed to get himself some attention during the confirmation hearings for Brett Kavanaugh. Booker threatened to break some Senate rules by releasing confidential documents about Kavanaugh. During this televised ultimatum, Booker was so desperate to try to convince people that he was doing something courageous and important that he repeatedly said this was the closest he would ever come to an I am Spartacus moment. So he was clearly lost for words. He knew that he wanted to say, I am Spartacus, but he couldn't think of what grandiose thing that he was going to laud himself for after that. For those of you who don't know, Spartacus was a slave in ancient Rome. He led an armed rebellion against the Romans. Now, his revolt failed to topple the Romans, but he did manage to become famous after the fact. And I think that's about the most Cory Booker will ever have in common with Spartacus. Nobody's ever going to make any movies about this guy, unless it's a comedy. Though for the record, Booker did release a number of confidential records about Kavanaugh, but mostly it was Kavanaugh's time as W's White House counsel, where he was advising W on what Federalist Society flunkies ought to get put on the federal bench. Now, in the abstract, I guess you can give him credit for following through on his threat, even though it didn't amount to much. But it's far more than he ever did regarding black people. These bootlicks are always ready to jump out a window and risk it all, doing stunts for the LGBT community, doing sit-ins on the floor of the House of Representatives for illegal aliens to protect abortion, which is what the controversy about Kavanaugh was ultimately about. But when it comes to black people, crickets. Now, if Booker thought that his I am Spartacus moment was going to make him some sort of leader of the Democratic Party, he found out they had no plans for him regarding that at all. If he thought that he was going to vault himself to the head of the pack of presidential contenders, he saw exactly what happened. So, of course, this is his next logical stunt for him to pull. If all else fails, he might resort to Harry Carey live on air. But on second thought, there's really no chance of him doing that because Harry Carey would require him to actually do something more than run his mouth. But the point of this morning's briefing is this isn't the first time that Cory Booker's used the Senate as a platform to try to boost his own name recognition, and it won't be the last. The problem for Cory Booker is that he's awkward as hell for a variety of reasons. He's also his own worst enemy. He's a man of many words but no ideas. Booker doesn't have the policies or the charisma to be a serious political candidate. But that's not to say he won't keep trying. And this is supposed to be what qualifies as leadership in the Democratic Party. Republicans wanted a transformational candidate, someone who would go to extremes to try to force changes onto the national landscape. Now, you can agree with Trump or hate him. I certainly don't agree with him. But the reality is he's doing exactly what it is that his supporters wanted. He's trying to shove transformational changes onto the country over the country's objections, but he doesn't care. It's all about making sure that his base gets what they want. So why is it that you don't see the Democrats talking about how they are going to be putting forward transformational leaders? They had two transformational presidents already in the 20th century, FDR and LBJ. But ever since then, all they've had are accommodationist and corporate whores. What Democrat is talking about fundamentally reshaping the society? Hell, what Democrat is even talking about something as basic as merely restoring the policies that the Democrats have put in place during the 20th century? Everything from the Voting Rights Act to Glass-Steagall to whatever. The Republicans have done a lot to tear down practically all of the Democrats' signature legislation of the 20th century. And Democrats have not done anything to restore it or even prop that stuff back up. Forget about being transformational. Democrats don't even want to be merely productive. And Booker's 25-hour stunt is the perfect example of this. Democrats will lose sleep, work overtime, and stretch themselves beyond all limits of endurance to talk people to death. But they won't lift a finger for the benefit of their base. So congratulations to Cory Booker for setting a world record for the most windblown speech in Senate history. It belongs in the Guinness World Book of Records, but it doesn't belong in any serious discussion of American policy. He had a chance to say some real things and actually make a statement that would be meaningful. But then again, he's been in the Senate for many years now, and if he hasn't said anything worthwhile in all this time, he ain't about to start now. Cory Booker is a typical DC tool. He didn't get the white Democrat donor money that he got or their political support because he's going to change things. He got all that money and white political support precisely because he's not going to change anything at all. Instead of whining and complaining about the orange man again, he should have used that platform as an opportunity to challenge the Democrats to actually stand on the principles that their base demands. This speech of his won't be remembered as any kind of turning point because it won't be remembered. He stood there for 25 hours and said nothing other than he really dislikes Trump's policies. And while I seriously doubt that Cory Booker will ever be remembered for anything, he certainly didn't put any legislation on the books that will be remembered. I do think that it would be poetically just if he was remembered for this. Not for accomplishing anything, but for holding on to his seat and setting the record for talking the most, yet not saying a thing. You know, when you put it that way, Cory Booker would be the perfect Democratic candidate for 2028 after all. Good day, and be one. I'd like to take a moment to mention some of our contributors. Terrence Pitts, Darius Hart, Frederica Moore, ProTax Accounting, and Marilyn Pitts. Salute to them and thank you to everyone for listening, liking, and sharing this message. Black empowerment only exists because of you.
That's right.
Well, once again, the professor's dropping jewels, you know, and Cory Booker, minstrel show, get out there with Uncle Sambo, you know, put on your coon outfit, you know, and what have you. And the only thing I can say about Cory Booker, he's an absolute waste of time, okay? And Mr. Booker, why don't you make one of them $1,000 bribe checks to you, man, and donate to this platform?
Right.
We'll let you come up here and talk bullshit. You know, we'll let Cory Booker talk bullshit.
No, we won't.
No, we won't, Shabaka. We don't condone that Democrat celery over here.
No, we won't, Shabaka.
We don't do that.
No, we don't do that.
So in other words, okay, like they used to. Wait a minute.
No,
so in other words, like they used to say on that TV series, Get Smart, this is chaos. We don't do that here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. 25 hours of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, who let him talk for that long? And why didn't anybody leave?
See, Lady Che, he was on that shit. For a motherfucker to stand up there that goddamn long, that motherfucker had to be on something, and it wasn't no marijuana.
Any potty breaks.
This motherfucker took a full pull. He wasn't worried about if he had the potty.
Jesus Christ. Like, he just stood up there just standing around for, first of all, who can stand up for fucking 20 fucking hours straight?
That's my point, Lady Che. He was on that shit. The motherfucker was on that shit.
He hit a hooter.
Yeah.
He said, and hopped on that mic, and motherfuckers let him stay there.
For 25 hours.
Ain't no feeling when he had off in that damn water bottle.
I probably would have got into my normal self. And I'd be like, cuz if you don't sit your light-skinned, bald-headed ass, stupid ass down, we ain't listening to nothing you fucking said. I've been doodling.
Cause he ain't saying nothing worth listening to, Lady Che.
Like, nigga, ain't you even hungry?
Like, nigga, you ain't ate shit, took a shit, pissed, nothing. Like, what is you on? And can we get it? Because you obviously got the plug.
Yeah,
You obviously got the plug. He took a full double pull. Like,
he took a full pull.
He held that shit in with his whole chest.
That motherfucker loaded that.
No, what he did was he had that shit dissolved in that damn water bottle.
The and the speed bag, he's like, yeah.
No, he had that shit in that water bottle. Notice that motherfucker kept hitting that water bottle.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
He had something in that water bottle then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Bianca. That motherfucker was talking that bullshit and kept hitting that fucking water bottle.
He had gin in that water bottle.
And then when you look at the picture of that motherfucker up there, he's got his high beams on for real.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker was over there like, first of all, I said, if you don't sit your stupid bald-headed fucking light-skinned motherfucking dumbass looking lurch-looking ass self down. I mean, for real. Sit your motherfucking bitch ass down. We is not solving no problems. You know what I mean? That's what I would have said. I know, it's like crazy. You know, let me tell you, yeah, Jesse had to go to the restroom. Oh, I don't know what Jesse said. Somebody should have said, bitch, we had pizza. Like, first of all, I ain't staying in there for that long without no incentives.
What's he talking about?
Incentives. Pay me. I can't say the other words, but you know, I need some incentives to be in there.
I'd have turned into Tanya Harding and I'd have whacked his motherfucking.
Oh hell no! I would have cut his mic. He'd have to let his voice carry, and then I'd be like, "Aren't you white folk gonna get your boy?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have cut the mic. Yeah. I would have cut the mic. I would have hit the. I'd have been like, I'm gonna go check the bathroom and I'll shut off all the lights.
I'd have been like,
but it seemed to me, with the state of New Jersey having like about an 80% black population, you mean to tell me that ain't nobody hit that motherfucker on no teleprompter, no cell phone saying, look, Trick, you talking bullshit, man, you know, have them cut the goddamn check.
See this beautiful, luxurious curl? It's all white.
Right.
I don't know what was more ridiculous, Cory Booker standing up there with his minstrel show, Uncle Sambo at the Super Bowl, or Tarzan screaming through the jungle talking about he could talk to all animals.
Jackson alone on that Super Bowl performance. Because like I done told you, there was messages. If you ain't get them, you ain't get them.
Yeah, you know, you weren't in the know. You weren't in the know.
Says, all I saw was some bootlicking, half-fried, minstrel show looking stupid motherfucker up there in Uncle Sambo's suit. But one thing, no, all respect to Samuel L. Jackson. And I don't care if you hear me or not, Samuel L. Jackson. We can meet in Los Angeles if you want. But one role that I will always was respect.
I hope he shows up like he did when he was in Pulp Fiction. That was one of my favorites.
No. Fuck Pulp Fiction. The best role that Samuel L. Jackson played was in A Time to Kill when he got up there on that witness stand and said, yeah, I shot them sons of bitches for violating my daughter and I hope they burn in hell. And I was looking for that role.
And I hope they burn in hell.
No, I was loving for that role.
I always say that line at home. I was like, and I hope you burn in hell.
Now, a Negro who I cannot stand.
Like, that nigga on that nair?
That was Regal.
That nigga on that nair.
Oh, that nigga on that nair.
That was Regal. Remember Regal?
That monster bird.
Regal. Who's Regal?
Our favorite troll.
Oh, Regal is back in here with us. Where you at, Regal? What stupid ass shit you got to say? Because I find your ignorance most entertaining.
Oh, that's right. When I was clowning that fool, I said, not like a classic though.
He said,
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Regal. He's a parasite. You know, he's a loan officer, right?
Mm-hmm. He said he was.
Yeah, he claims to be.
Oh, you're proud. You proud of that, huh?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
proud that he's a Sambo.
No problem
He's
being
proud
in
that he's an ass scratcher.
papers getting passed around like a pack of cigarettes.
Man, you could burn in the master's house when I light that bitch up.
Right.
You too.
Boss, we sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sick.
We sick. That's the problem.
He said he's one of them we sick niggas. That's what he said.
He did
Yeah. That's what he said. Where's that trick at right now?
Jay eliminated him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Our man Jay Dizzle or Jay Militant?
Jay Militant.
Today?
Well,
oh, okay. All righty. Okay. Jay Militant said he had to go, then he got to go.
Yeah.
Got to go. Thanks.
If Jay Militant said that fool had to go, then he had to go.
Yeah.
We are nowhere to argue with common sense.
Right.
So,
talking about that he's a loan officer, meaning he's an Ursurus bastard, meaning he's a redliner.
That's the one
okay. Fucking black people out of their property.
That's the one who gets padded like
with the bins.
So see, he's the type of person that has no problem actually getting patted on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's one of Boule.
Yeah.
White loving
of the white man.
So he's a bootlicker.
Well, he's a butt.
You the bow.
Yeah,
buck broken like a mud.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, and the cold part about it is, if he would have had his mind right, okay,
I would keep him kissing up.
The brother could have probably been a great contributor.
Yeah.
But he chose to go the path that he went, so hey, fuck him.
Right.
You know? Fuck him.
All right. So are y'all done with Corey Bussy?
I've been done with his punk ass.
Yeah, flush his ass down the toilet.
Along with to another tool that got broken. Or
who is that?
He get broken. No, he got broken. Corey Bussy get broken.
Okay.
Don Lemonade. Remember him?
Yeah, I remember Don Lemonade.
He could smell weed, but he couldn't smell injustice during Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Willie D for that. I remember that after that Coon song he did back in like 2015.
What was the Coon song? Zippity doo dah, zippity day.
If you're selling out to people, you a coon. If you hate your own kind, you a coon. Sambo, die slow, you a coon. You a coon, you a coon, you a coon. That's how that's how the hook went.
Oh, okay.
And he was calling out trash and Charles punk ass Barkley.
Where do you get them? Where do you find them hot rice bags?
Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
You know the ones you put.
Hey man, what happened to that dude, man? What happened to that dude that looked like the ghost on that YouTube video where he was talking about Charles Barkley?
I don't make my rice like that.
No, the bags, the rice bags.
For soothing, like muscle aches.
Cramps.
Yeah,
muscle aches. Yeah, that's what I was being polite.
The rice towels, you mean?
The rice bags, yeah, they're like already with the rice, and you just put it in the microwave and it heats up, and then it lasts.
So Don Lemonade, since he got kicked off of CNN, now he's talking like us.
Ibuprofen, baby.
Wow.
Oh, I got it right here. I got the ibuprofen right here.
Oh, down here. Come and get it.
Uncle got the ibuprofen, Kizzy.
How many milligrams you taking?
It is 200 milligrams.
Yeah, I try to get the lowest milligrams. I don't play that shit. Hey.
Yeah. And then was ever aching you, get you some heating pads and some ice.
Yep.
Oh, I know about pain.
It's the baby because
you
can't take it away from her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you got to take the ibuprofen with food.
Yes. Yes, that's your ibuprofen.
Yes.
Yeah, you take it with food. Apple, orange, banana, peanut butter and jelly. You got to take it with food.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it will knot your stomach up. Ask me how I know.
Oh, Charisma already ate. She good.
They already popping off.
Yeah, man, no, they've been doing that shit all this last weekend, too.
I can't open the bottle.
Here, bring it here.
Me neither, baby. I'd have a
What, popping off? What you talking about? Somebody's busting caps.
You got to match the triangles on the top. There you go.
Give it here.
No, look. You got to match the triangles. Mommy gonna show you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to my niece, so.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Family time.
I'm never using
Love
this again.
family time.
Okay, so Don Lemonade is trying to talk like us now. So Professor
oh,
Blacc.
let's see what this trick is talking about.
Did he say shit?
He was the same one that was down in Ferguson talking about, I smell weed.
Family and fellow soldiers, I'm the professor, and this is the moment of truth.
And so this one is called, this is on my Substack, The Fire This Time, Why Black Voters Are Sitting This One Out. We've carried democracy long enough. Don't expect us to keep saving it if it won't save us. Because you might have noticed something at the recent rallies against Donald Trump and Elon Musk, something that stood out precisely because of its absence. The crowds were big, all right? The signs were bold, the outrage was loud, but Black folks, we weren't there in large numbers. And maybe it's time we talked honestly about why. Because we're tired of always being expected to show up, to vote like our lives depend on it, because they do. Tired of carrying the burden of democracy on our backs while others vote their wallets, their privilege, their fear. Tired of being called heroes every 4 years and then ghosts in between. We've saved democracy from itself more times than history dares to count. When it comes time to cash in on our promises, on the promises made during election season, we're left holding nothing but slogans and broken trust. Minorities in the workforce, whether you're Asian, Latino, all of that, and many times the folks in those communities vote against us. The Indian American community vote against us, even though on the backs of our ancestors, you have the rights that you have to be an immigrant in this country. But you don't think about that during the election. Because you are, and I'm just being honest here, you're voting selfishly. You think you're voting for your own interests. You're voting because you want the proximity to whiteness. A lot of you don't believe that you are minorities. You don't believe that you're Black. You don't believe that your skin is Black. You think that you are different because somehow your skin is, maybe a different shade of Black, or your hair is a different texture or whatever, but you are also a minority in this country. But somehow you don't know the history. You manage to ignore it or forget in your plight to be associated with white people. I'm a brown person or whatever. I'm not Black, I'm Indian. Okay, fine. But show some respect and have some sense of history. You should be thanking Dr. King and Black people and Malcolm X and everyone else for fighting for your rights.
Seems Don Lemonade's trying to reinvent himself these days. He talked about the hypocrisy of these minority groups who have tried to play both sides. Nice to hear him admit to this, especially because he spent years not saying it. While he was engaging in stupid attention-whoring stunts like his N-word segments, he should have been leading the charge to call this stuff out. And when it comes to Black voters, he's the last one I want to hear from. Black voters have been sick and tired of playing the game of maintaining America's political equilibrium. We've been saying that for decades, but it's not until the Black media started banging the drum that it's finally become a political force. But I do find it perversely amusing that Don Lemonade is trying to scribble his opinions on Substack that Black people are tired of voting for nothing and Black voters are sitting this one out. Well, what I want to know is, why is it that for so many years he was saying this?
Troy, if Donald Trump says he's doing so well with Blacks and Hispanics, then why would the GOP not want everyone to be able to turn out to vote? Why not have as many places as possible? Why put out
Let me be clear. I think every person should vote. I think we should make it as easy as possible. I think in order to get on a subway or on a bus or on an airplane, you have to produce a government-issued piece of identification that says, I'm Corey Lewandowski. You should feel when you go to vote.
Corey, let me tell you something. I used to think like you did until I actually sat down with someone like Barbara Walters, who did not drive for her entire life, never learned how to drive because she lived in New York City, didn't have a piece of identification. When you meet older people who live in rural areas, who don't drive, who don't have identification cards.
Over 25 state legislatures made it more difficult to vote. And guess what? Every single one of them were Republican. Now, if it's no big deal, why is it that it's only Republican legislatures that impose voting restrictions?
This is a decades-old story, Derek, of voter suppression. Yet today we're still hearing examples of this happening all over the country. What is going on? Why is that? But I want to make sure that you're in front of the television right now, because what I'm about to show you and tell you is very important. Very important for the country.
Probably 26.
Because what you're about to see right now is the face of the fight
Las Vegas
for your right to vote. Here it is. And this is Georgia State Representative Park Cannon.
Why is the governor trying to sign something in private?
She is being arrested and removed from the state capitol after knocking on that door during Governor Brian Kemp's signing of that
The governor is signing a bill that affects all
assault really on your vote. What results to an assault on your vote. This bill is about nothing less than taking away the right to vote. That is all it is, plain and simple. A right that generations of Americans fought and died for.
Yeah, that's true.
And the governor,
mainly us.
proud to sign it.
And the nightstick lies.
Now that's a far cry from how he's talking today, because that's the way he's been talking since at least 2016, as if he didn't know the actual reasons that black voter turnout was declining. Even career DNC shills like James Carville, the Cajun Skeletor, has been admitting that black voter turnout's been trending downward since at least 2013. That's since the second Obama term. Yes, Republicans are out here trying to be the usual racists that they are, but in 2020, black people demonstrated that if we really want to show up, I mean for real want to, then even the party of open racism can't stop us. What suppresses the black vote are not Republicans passing nuisance legislation. What suppresses the black vote is when black people put Democrats in power and then those Democrats prioritize everyone else over us and ignore us completely. And then, as we've seen since Obama took office, Democrats openly attack us, calling us thugs, and people like Kamala Harris tell us to our faces that she's not going to do anything for us. That's what suppresses black votes. But apparently Don Lemon didn't know that until just this week. This is why you need the black media. Don Lemon, the white media suck-up and Democratic Party shill, wasn't talking like this in 2016 or 2018 or 2021. But the black media was. See, we haven't changed our position one iota. That's one of the perks of operating in black people's interest and not our own. When you make it your hallmark to tell the truth as opposed to keeping your white media paymasters happy, you don't have to do a 180 years later. Instead of complaining about Republicans being Republicans, Lemonade should have been asking why the Democrats weren't running on a platform of reinforcing all of those laws that the Republicans have been busy undermining, and how the Democrats would put judges in place who wouldn't overturn or attack this legislation. Democrats were put in control of the House, the Senate, and the White House in 2020. They were put there by black voters. And what did Democrats do with it? Did they pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act? No, of course not. But Biden did make sure to divert COVID money to the police. He did make sure to do that. And he sent his Solicitor General to the Supreme Court to argue on behalf of police to weaken Miranda protections. That's what Biden was doing instead of trying to get the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed. And Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer were busy making sure that their big donors, even ones from foreign countries like Israel, would be reassured that under them, nothing was going to change. That's what the Democrats were doing after black people put them back in control of the government. By the way, while Don Lemonade spent years and years and years being hot and bothered about the Republicans and their voter restriction laws, my question is, why wasn't this an issue after last year when the Orange Man won re-election? Why is it that since November of last year, no one on the white left, including Don Lemon, has been going ham pointing out Republican voter suppression laws as the reason that Trump carried those states this time around? Shouldn't that have been the very first thing and the only thing that these people have talked about? Shouldn't they just been harping nonstop? It's those voter suppression laws, I tell you, those voter suppression laws. Instead, they haven't said a thing about them, nothing at all. So apparently even they don't think it was that important. Seems the real audience for all of this false political hysteria was supposed to be black voters. They were hoping to make black voters angry or scared, but the real reason that Democrats are all up in hysterics about voter suppression laws is because they're concerned about illegal aliens. Democrats are trying to find a way to put in place a new voter base, one that's not going to be susceptible to the demands that black people have been making. In fact, in Chuck Schumer's home state of New York, a law got passed that would make it where, quote-unquote, legal non-citizens would have the right to vote in municipal elections. Now, that law got struck down by the courts, but it just goes to show Democrats are trying to put the legal infrastructure in place that would make it where people who are not even citizens would have the right to vote. That's the real reason why you see Democrats saying, well, we don't want to have laws that make it where you got to produce some sort of driver's license or whatever, some sort of documentation. They're not concerned about black people. If they were concerned about black people, they would be stepping forward regarding reparations. They'd be stepping forward regarding an anti-black hate crime law. They're not doing that. This is about illegal aliens. Same way when they had that so-called marriage equality law that they passed. What that was actually about it was about protecting gay marriage. They claimed that, well, it's marriages between black people and non-black people. We're trying to protect these biracial marriages. Black people are who we're trying to protect. No, this was the defense of the LGBT Marriage Act, but they didn't think that they could actually sell that, so they had to attach black people to it and claim, well, we're doing this for black people. That's their favorite deflection to hide behind. We happen to be their favorite shield. But you haven't heard Don Lemonade say anything about that either, have you? He should have been pointing out how Democrats have been ignoring black voters for decades and attacking us in the last 10 to 15 years. And that's why we began sitting out elections. But then again, Don Lemon's been ignoring us too. And now that he doesn't have CNN or Elon Musk to prop him up, now he's trying to see if he can become some sort of sanitized, soft around the edges faux radical, I guess. Listen up, Don. An old dog like you simply cannot learn any new tricks. Don Lemonade has spent his entire adult life caping for the white left. As I've shown you, this guy's been ready to jump out a window telling black people how important it is that we vote. And he's also been talking that crap about racial allies and all the rest of it. He's been peddling the exact same talking points. But like roly-poly, he's having to change his tune because he simply can't deny where things are going. Not if he wants to try to pretend to be relevant. This is what happens whenever these guys try to enter spaces like this where we have the upper hand. Roly-poly was all loud and profane, as usual, when he was saying the Democrats need to forget about trying to appeal to younger black voters, and instead focus on the black baby boomers, because they turn out to vote more consistently. Now remember, when these shills and tools give their expertise, what they're actually doing is they're trying to stick up for their own shallow, limited frame of knowledge. See, when Roly-Poly was saying Democrats need to talk to these old heads, what he was saying was, I've gotten in with the church crowd and these decrepit social groups like the NAACP. So y'all need to pay me to give you the hookup to my informal network of geriatric people's folks. That's where he was coming from. And then Kamala Harris was begging black men, specifically black men of Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z, to support her failing campaign. That made headlines because it couldn't be denied. Obama ran his stupid mouth about it. They thought that they were going to pivot to black female voters, and they found out, no, black women voters are trending in the same direction as black men. Ain't gonna do no gender divide this time around. And after that, Roly-Poly began singing a brand new tune. Now, suddenly, younger black voters mattered. After he said that they didn't. As usual, if you're not following the black media, you'll always be the last to know. By the way, Roly and Don, that's one of the catchphrases that I created over the last 17 years. You're not free to use it, by the way. So, after years of the black media and the black grassroots saying that all these other groups are going to have to hold their own, that we're done putting on the cape for anyone else, Don Lemonade suddenly is trying to act like he just discovered this fact. Like this is some sort of recent development that he is unearthing and he's going to explain it. Now, it was Don Lemonade's cable colleagues like Joy Reid and Shireen Mitchell who were saying that anyone who says to sit out the elections for black folks unless our demands are met, those people are Russian bots. MSNBC gave Joy Reid all the airtime in the world to tell lies like that, and she specifically singled out black people and the black media in our demand for reparations. Now, where was Don Lemonade when this was going on? He was still on CNN at the time. What did he have to say about that? Nothing. Don Lemonade has no connection to the black media because he's not part of us. He happens to be a stranger. He is an alien. He is an intruder. If he was an actual journalist, then what he would have been doing is referencing us and what we've been doing long before now. But then again, his entire plan is to try to subvert us, if he can.
We are always expected to perform empathy.
I know, but that's not an airline.
To show up for everyone else's pain, while our own trauma is constantly minimized or ignored. We've always stood up for our brothers and sisters across communities, across oceans, because that's who we are. That's who we've had to be. That's who we've had to be because of our own history and relationship, not only to America, but to the world. But standing for you is not the same as standing with you. And right now, after the choices so many of you have made, not just in the distant past, but in the recent, very present moment, that solidarity feels like a one-way street.
I'll use my psychic skills.
Are you guys hearing me? So when the outrage machine gears up against Elon Musk and Donald Trump, two billionaires with more in common than either side wants to admit, black folks are asking, where were you when we needed you? When voting rights were gutted, where were you? When police reform stalled, where were you? Hello, you guys love to talk about John Lewis. What about the Voting Rights Act that he fought for? Where are you with fighting for that and putting out statements and standing up for that?
No.
And where are you when police reform stalled even after George Floyd? When the promises made to us turned to dust?
Oh, it was Bob Marley.
This isn't apathy. It's strategy. It's a refusal to be used. It is a declaration. We will not keep setting ourselves on fire to keep this country warm while others roast marshmallows on the flames.
You hear what he just said? That little litany that he listed? Basically, he crib noted everything that I've been saying for the last 5 years, pointing out that Biden and Harris made all kinds of phony promises to the black community, and then as soon as black voters put them in office, they immediately went back on all of it. You know, it would have been nice to have Don Lemon out there saying the same thing back then. Here he is bringing up the rear, a position he understands well. Don Lemonade calling himself invoking the word black. It just sounds so weird coming out of his mouth. When he's not doing that kind of mamby-pamby, watered-down, milquetoast gibberish that he was doing on CNN, he sits there and says black now, and it just sounds so phony. I mean, we've been saying this stuff for years. We've been saying that our vote had not translated into any tangible benefits and that because of that, we were sick and tired of playing the game. And here he is, this Donnie come lately, and he thinks to himself that apparently he discovered fire? You gotta be kidding me. He's not doing this because he suddenly had some moment of clarity. This is a white media tool trying to pretend like he's speaking to our sentiments, trying to do some sort of half-brain pivot, when in reality, he's actually trying to co-opt what we're doing. This is the exact same thing that we've seen from a number of little black sock puppets for white power. Every 6 months or so, the white media comes along and has some new gang of clowns that they're claiming are the new black leaders. And these are the people speaking up for the black street. They try this mess every 6 months, and now you got Don Lemonade trying his incompetent little hand at it. I guess he figures he's going to be the new Negro whisperer, because that's what this is meant to do. He thinks to himself that he's going to be talking to white folks. I can tell you what it is the black community thinks. No, he can't. He has no clue what we think because he doesn't care what we think. What he's trying to do is to find a way to say a few things that sound credible in the beginning, but before you know it, this guy immediately pivots to trying to push the old gender wedge nonsense.
When Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, there was global grief. But soon after, some in the Jewish community and even beyond turned their focus not on the perpetrators, but on the black public figures like Oprah Winfrey and Michelle Obama. They wanted statements, outrage, and they weren't alone. Beyonce, LeBron James, even Meghan Markle. I think that I am channeling and relaying the views of many people of color in this country. Generally, the majority of us vote to save democracy and to not only to save democracy, right, to save women's reproductive rights. And that means all women of all colors. We vote in that direction to help protect women in the workforce.
Now, did you notice how we tried to sneak that one in? We went from talking about black people in general to talking about black women in specific. Now we're talking about people of color. Yeah, so you know that train is never late. That's exactly what this was all about. Bait and switch from the beginning, the same old rhetorical bait and switch. The headline says black, but when you read the body of the article, or in his case, his little opinion piece, they switch the words up. They start transitioning to what he really wanted to say. The same old colorblind, non-black, deracinated song and dance. Because this is the point that he actually wanted to reach. It was to have black folks lit around by the nose so he can take us in one big circle right back to where we were before. And it wasn't about black people, it's about everybody. This is the point that he actually wanted to make. He stopped talking about black real quick. He changed his words in the middle of his little spiel. That's what he thinks he's actually doing. He's trying to bring back the old black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party line to see if there's any ego stroking that he can do, whether or not that's going to work. That's why he invoked Kamala Harris. It was meant to be a subtle way to tiptoe from saying black people to saying just black women, because this is a rhetorical trial balloon. It's one of the white media shills trying to see if they can appeal to black women through empty lip service, and then next he'll be saying that Democrats need to feel black women's pain. Of course, there's not going to be demands that go along with that. Certainly nothing about reparations or an anti-black hate crime law. There's not going to be anything about that. The flowery prose that he was using, the unnecessary way that he frames his sentences so as not to offend certain non-black readers. This is a guy who's auditioning to get himself a guest columnist gig at The Atlantic or Time or Newsweek. That's what this reads like. It's the same kind of watered-down, milquetoast, bland gibberish that's meant to appeal to that crowd. So we see Don Lemonade's back in business for himself. The reason white power has these chumps on the air or in print is if they can demonstrate that they have the power to lead us around by the nose. When white power sees that they can't, then there's no downside to chucking them out the window. This is a guy who happily, cheerfully kept company with the likes of Kamal Dumbbell and others. This is not a man who is able to actually articulate what it is that black people are thinking and what it is that our issues and interests are. This is somebody who's trying to do the same old, Democrats should understand that black voters aren't happy, but if Democrats would just go ahead and give black people a pat on the back, give them a hug, then everything will be fine. No, Don Lemon's phony, faux radical routine isn't going to fool anybody, because his track record of doing the opposite is simply too long and too great for him to overcome. And there's a black media out here who's going to make sure that when he comes along trying to talk differently, we're going to remind you of what he really believes and where he's really stood. We know the game because we've seen it too many times from these cable news cast-offs like Bakari's Sellout and Angela Rye with lettuce and tomatoes on the side, April Ryan and others. These guys call themselves trying to put together some sort of so-called podcast, but the real thing that they're trying to do is, just like BET and TV One and others, they're trying to find a way to get themselves a handful of black viewers, which they hope to then go ahead and sell to a white advertiser for profit. That's the game that these guys always try to do. Same thing Roly Poly's been trying to do. Trying to get himself a following so that he can then go ahead and take that hopefully to some white media company, or better yet to the Democrats, and parlay this into some sort of permanent white media gig, or better yet a consulting job with the Democrats. He's already gotten money from Kamala Harris's campaign, and he wants to make that his full-time profession. And Don Lemon is no different. He's trying to do the exact same hustle. Putting feathers up your butt doesn't make you a duck, Don. And repeating the words of the black media after you spent years denying it doesn't make you right either.
I knew I should have just kept.
Good day and be one. I'd like to take a moment to mention some of our contributors: Gwendolyn Langston, Wesley Monroe, Nirvana Beta, Nora Brown, and Janitha Blue. Salute to them, and thank you to everyone for listening, liking, and sharing this message. Black empowerment only exists because of you.
All right, thank you, Professor Blackshoot. All right, Shabaka, what's your thoughts on Don Lemonade? Talking a whole nother tune after he got kicked off CNN for going in on Bad Salami and telling that white woman she was past her prime.
Oh, yeah, which you was right about. And then you, Rami Salami, if you out there, I want to debate your ass, okay? Because you are that Brahmin class and you consider my people to be Kafirs. And Rami Salami, you're a punk. Don Lemonade, you need help.
This bitch is too pretty in the face to be doing these ratchet ass, nasty ass videos.
Oh my God, Lady Shay. The character in Brett is eating a burger.
Like, just look at the face. See how pretty the face is? Look at the face.
Burger King. Or was it Rocket Burgers?
You still playing this bullshit?
Oh,
what happened to the show?
They're on the. They're still
okay,
on the show.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, like I said, everything the professor said once again is correct about Don Lemonade. Plus, that Don Lemonade is sick, and then of course, you know, Don Lemonade lives a certain lifestyle, which is his business, so he'll be politically correct.
All right, family. Black Power, Black.
Go ahead,
And then, of course, just like Anderson Cooper, who gets up there with his friend
Oh, you
Andy
talking about
every
Casper?
year.
You talking about
Yeah,
Casper?
Casper. Yeah, you're saying who's Gloria Vanderbilt's son, by the way. So
Yeah,
his
that's
ass
a
ain't never seen
millionaire. Is he a billionaire
Yeah,
now?
so he ain't never seen a day of poverty in his life. Anderson Cooper don't know nothing about not having no place to go in the middle of
That's
the
one of
night.
the 16 families.
Anderson Cooper don't know about, well, what's he gonna do when the damn snow and the rain fucking hits? You see what I'm
Oh, he
saying?
just forced to know Shabaki. He's been
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
it for years.
Yeah. So, and my challenge is, to any of these motherfuckers out here with that shit, man, don't talk about shit that you ain't never experienced. This is news right here at Frontline Black News.
That's right.
See what I mean? And we need donations.
Anderson Cooper out there, though.
People hit us,
in
with
disaster.
donations. You see?
He was out there in them hurricanes and shit.
Yeah.
All right, Lady Che, what are your thoughts on
About what?
Don Lemonade?
Fuck Don Lemonade. It's too late now, cuz you can't come back into the fold.
Right.
Yeah, because the
He's
damage is already done.
All these years, he's been acting like a hoe. All these motherfucking years. And now you want to act like he's on code and he's right with the world? Come on, man. And if we let him in, that means we got to let every other off-brand in.
Oh, my God. No.
Mm-hmm.
Hell to the no.
Right.
Sister B, what are your thoughts on Don Lemonade?
Well, and as soon as he gets another job shilling again, he'll forget about us in the heartbeat. Yep. We're at war right now.
Right.
The thing is that a lot of people know the truth, and as long as they have their comfort during that time, they don't speak on it. Mm-hmm. Now that there are these uncomfortable situations, you speaking up.
Yeah.
But that can easily
too little, too late.
It's almost, I worry about it. He can be just as easily pacified as well.
Yeah. Well, he was on CNN for 16 years.
Yeah, 16 years. He was up there bumping people's heads with that bullshit.
Lord, have you ever heard of that, cuz?
Oh my God.
Put on me for a second. Just carry on. I can't say it.
Get your head bumped. That means you're being bullshitted.
No.
I was talking. I was over there, talking to B, and I was like, "Have you ever heard of anything called muted, Jesse?"
Call who? I can't hear you.
I went on mute.
I can't say it out loud for everybody's amusement. I was just saying it to my sister because I saw some egregious shit online, and the broad said it out loud. I was like, "Have you what? I'll never never say it on camera." I mean, it's one thing I say all kind of raggedy shit here.
All right, that's one thing.
That's one thing, but to say the raggedy stuff on camera is like another thing. It's like I got a little bit, like y'all just thinking, because I laid down and rested, that I ain't got no class. Like I got a lot of class, right? I got a lot of class. Are you tired, baby? Are we keeping you awake? We keep interrupting? Specifically, it's got to be a little quieter on my ratchet conversation. But
she can close my bedroom door.
She just need a mama cup. Look. So I got a little bit of class. I actually got a lot of class, and there's certain things I just cannot say, even though I'm sitting right next to Jesse and I'm looking at something, and I saw something that's it's it's making my eyes uncomfortable, and then the words that went with it, I had to put it on mute so I could tell B about it, and then B repeated it, and it was funny. So so we were laughing about it. Jesse's just like,
They have a girl talk, yo.
You're tired because it was funny. It's like she said it. I didn't say it. And they just want to give a whole tutorial. Is how you say it. Tutorial. Look, B. Look, B. Look, she uses the TT, the T.
Oh my god.
The titty tape.
Titty tape. Titty tape.
Damn it. Now y'all heard it.
What the fuck is titty tape?
Oh my god.
What the fuck is titty tape? And how does that replace a supportive bra? That's all I want to know.
I wouldn't know, Lady Shay. I'm not that kind of guy.
It's like how they try to do you that day when she got released from the hospital with no bra.
Well, yeah, but come on, because I ace bandaged myself. I was making an attempt. Okay, I was making an attempt. You should, I believe in bras and support. You know what I mean? I believe in underwires. I believe in, bras. Like bras. I got to believe in that, right? I don't have the luxury to not believe in it. Okay, so I haven't had that luxury since I was 12 years old to not believe in that. So, but this is us sisters doing some egregious shit. And she said titty tape on alive.
I wasn't on there.
And I said, B, you know what titty tape is? And she said, titty tape. And that's how we started to giggle. Right, look, B, look. She got the titty tape on, cause and I told Jesse, all of that will never be a thing, no matter how much they make it. It's loose.
Man, no, it ain't gonna fit like that.
It ain't gonna work like that. She didn't do
no
lifties.
Sat up like that for about 5 seconds for her ass.
Yeah, man, them heavy fucking.
She got up off that
heavy ass pancake titties.
That tape
reached the where her belly button might have been. Like that motherfucker said, no, bitch.
They gonna hit the flow.
Man, I was laughing because she said titty tape back, but you should hear the audio on it because I'm listening. I was like, she said, y'all gonna get me in trouble for this next video. First, she's giving all these big back tutorials about how to clean your ass, how to wash the hoo out, the little cave out. Now she's talking about, you see, I ain't wearing no bra, and we're gonna use this titty tape. Like, seriously, cuz? Like, since when does titty tape replace a supportive bra? It's like a supporting co-host. You know what I mean?
Nah, you ain't gonna have me taking my titties up.
First of all, I'm not taping titties to nothing unless it's like, to cover the areolas because I'm trying to be funny or something. At home. This is the shit that we gotta look at. Have you watched the reels? All you see is ass and titties. Look, bitch, that is not how you
Everybody want to look like they ain't got no damn bra on and all kind of shit for what?
First of all, you're not even wearing clothes like that. That's what you ran out of one color of tape. These are 2 colored mismatched tapes. Negress, look, she's wearing a dark brown cocoa tape on one side and a pitch black tape on the other side, like of these big walnut ass, having ass motherfucking loose meat, lunch meat titties. And then you try to stop, put a bra on, like.
She just letting them all hang out.
No, sports bras don't count, man. Sports bras don't count. I never.
She going braless today.
I don't care what. That'll never be a fad, dude. We got you do realize after a certain age, gravity hits and it's all right. Don't try to fight it. It's all right. Let it happen. Shit. That's what they make supportive bras for.
Either that or do some goddamn push-ups.
Right. First of all, yeah. Push-ups, pull-ups.
do some push-ups,
side bends,
strengthen up them arms,
go to
and
the
that
gym a
chest.
little bit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, if you want them to sit up,
Shit, get a gallon of water, do little lifts like this. You know, I'm not. I like bras. Bras are good. I've been trying to keep my shit in my bra the whole night. You know what I mean? I'm laid down. Like, there's no reason for this. But you won't see me taping up no breast cups.
Right.
With mismatched tape of all things. And then try to do, you know what she tried to do? Because she tried to do circles, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, sweet, like, you know, helicopters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she shimmy.
Yeah, no, not the shimmy, but the circle shimmy.
She said,
Yeah. Right? And I was like, dude, this is stuff you don't do on camera. This is like entertainment for your dude that you know been with a little bit. So if he laughs at you, you're not gonna feel self conscious. You know what I mean? Like maybe you were trying to make it clap and only one side clapped and the other side didn't. You know what I mean?
She said only one side clapped.
Nigga.
No.
It happens, cuz.
You said you gotta clap it only one side clap.
One side got the lift off on the cheek and the other one didn't. You know what I mean? It was slow the uptake.
Oh my god. All right, Shabaki. What else your final thoughts on Don Lemonade?
He's crazy, and he fell off trying to get back into good graces.
Because he only saw one side clap.
Good graces, you know what I'm saying? He's still a coon. He's still an ass scratcher. Still a yassa boss.
Like a motherfucker.
You know.
You know, I be like, I gotta listen to rap music. Be thinking
he gets no redemption in my book. You know what I'm saying?
What if only one spin like a helicopter and the other one didn't?
I concur.
You know what I mean?
No.
Think about it. One's bigger than the other as it is. So you gotta think about it like that, cuz like the mismanagement of this fucking titty tape.
Oh my god.
Okay, I gotta stop laughing like that. That's so ugly. That was a mismanagement. They don't got ass cheek tape. So you see them bitches with them saggy loose lynch meat and booty ass having ass bitches.
Look, all these bitches now that we done got all these. I shouldn't say bitches, but all these people that run around here going and getting these goddamn BBLs.
Yeah.
They body gonna be sagging about 10 years from now.
First of all, you gotta love your cakes, man.
Booty be trying to carry, and then nah, dude.
I'm okay with saying I've been carrying all these cakes around for a long time, so I know that I'm good with mine.
I know, but your legs also permitted. They got these little toothpick legs.
Oh yeah, no, these legs came with the booty.
Right.
The booty came with the legs.
A whole chicken.
But I was like, I don't have chicken legs, cause I have naturally proportionate legs to my cake size.
Cake size ratio.
Right, I didn't try to make the cakes bigger. Right, and the cake size get evenly distributed, so we're not gonna have this one cheek off type of fucking clapping session, right? But I'm like, God, this is weird. Like, what, bitch? Why didn't you use that titty tape for the ass cheeks, or to hold the gut up?
Okay, well, they can always go up there on Hollywood Boulevard, the Fredericks of Hollywood.
And why was it
people need to stop buying their body and just work on the one they got?
Right. And not only that, here's my other thing: is why you have two separate colors? Did you? I mean, look, I saw
she was showing what colors they come in.
Black and brown. Okay, I can dig it, but I'm at least like I wouldn't be swinging my shit like no helicopter in mismatched colors. Talking about mismatched colors, shit. You gonna give us the whole thing, and you gonna paste your shit? This shit basically made like like a double wide sandwich pasty on her shit, and they try to spin it around. I was like, like this is not helpful. This is not helpful for people.
God.
And right now, that if you're looking at the reels, they're making these plus size women. And I blame myself for this. They're these plus size women like to show their bodies and stuff like that. And it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. That's not gonna be the wave.
Yeah, they're doing stripper lessons.
Yeah.
All right, let me move on to Matt Hoffa. Remember him, Shabaki?
Name rings a bell, enlighten me on him.
Matt Hoffa.
Like, dude, this lady is way too pretty
is a radio
to be
personality.
doing this ugly shit. And you wear fake eyes.
FBA brought to his knees.
Brad has a beard.
He has lost the barbershop that he did that stupid ass video with Fat Joe, Tether Joe, and where he was calling FBA a bunch of broke ends and said that hip hop was created 50-50 Latino and black.
Which is bullshit. Okay.
So he lost his barbershop, y'all. Great news. Great news. Great news.
Oh, that's better than when the ponies lose.
Oh my God. That's better than when the Fakers and the gay Pirates lose.
Now, ain't nothing gay about the Pirates now. Team is fucked up. They got to rebuild.
Barbary Coast.
Yeah, well, you know, the Barbary Coast. Why do you think they call it the Barbary Coast? For barbarians. Shit, that's why it's called. That's why it's called the Barbary Coast. Motherfuckers was bum rushing that damn gold, man, and fucking around in them opium dens and boys getting shanghaied and all that old shit.
With a whole beard.
No, women have
Some
extra
women.
hormonal shit going on sometimes, right?
Some women, yeah.
And you tell
Well, anyone going around with a beard ain't no woman.
With a mustache?
You know, sometimes
that ain't no woman.
Shadow.
And you can tell
that
them they
ain't
get
no
it
woman.
And then if they've been
So
doing
some
it for a
women,
long time, so
they grow hair,
they got like a
but they
shadow
got
right
chin
here.
whiskers.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hormonal.
But they ain't got no goddamn
which is pride.
beard.
I call them fuzzy.
Yeah.
Too much.
They might have a peach fuzz or something, but they ain't got no damn.
It's a hormonal. Which is whatever.
Now, what's those say Netter talking about? General Seti.
This is Seti. This is Sarah Suit Seti. Not Sarnetta. Hell no.
I can't even go with it.
I would never play Sarnetta on here. Even though he used to be the real deal. But Matt Hoffa loses the barbershop over waging war with FBA. So that's great news. Great news.
All right.
I'm going to fast forward because he's doing a lot of promotion.
I know Seti popping on Patreon. We got that fire tonight. I want you in there because we're going to burn it down on Patreon. That's right. Description. I want you to click it and donate. I appreciate you.
Now, nigga, we need some donations from your ass.
But when it's you was foul, Math Hoffa. You went up there and let Greasy Joe sit up in that barbershop and run off at his gums, disrespecting Black America. That's what and our contributions to any and everything. Goddamn it, when it's dealing with the modern society. The modern society on this planet today, it is no way you cannot speak about Black America. Just ain't gonna happen.
Right.
And so out of the jealousy and the spite in your heart, nigga, because you're not homegrown. You're not a homegrown nigga. So you come and you got a little slight in your heart. Yeah, got a little slight in your heart. Let Fat Joe come in there and talk greasy. You let Fat Joe, let little Greasy Joe come in there and talk greasy. And so, you know, you got that body work put on you. I know it was damaged. I know it was damaged. Let me get in here. I know it was damaged.
Remember, he came out here and
Black Power in the house. That's right. Yeah, I know it was damaged, but yet and still, so I wouldn't even play the video. He got up there and hold on, family.
I'm getting the whole cross shot.
Yeah. Got up there and let him talk greasy, and then nigga, when it was time to repent, you did not repent. You was given fair warning to repent. You did not repent, and so I know you took a lot of body blows. You see what I'm saying? And we listen here. We hate to do that to you, Math. You know what I'm saying? But we had to put you in the trunk. You understand what I'm saying? Any nigga that named himself after a Cro-Magnon Neanderthal that came up missing, they ain't never found Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Goddamn,
man, that motherfucker been missing since 1975.
That's a hell of a legacy, man.
And if they
You
ain't
done put
found
yourself
that
in a hell of a
motherfucker
legacy
50
right
years,
there.
they ain't gonna find him.
Motherfucker, when they ain't never found his
day
ass.
He came up missing.
Yep.
Ain't nobody heard from the motherfucker since.
God damn, Mav Hoffa, named himself after Jimmy Hoffa, a motherfucker that went missing. The goddamn mafioso threw his ass in the trunk. They say he got in the car drove. It was a diner. They show it in the movie too. It was a good ass movie. You can go back there and watch the motherfucker. Say motherfucker was at a diner. They set up a meeting. I guess man. All they did was show that motherfucking car drive off, and they ain't seen the motherfucking Jimmy Hoffa yet. You see, and so you didn't curse yourself,
and you
man.
ain't gonna sing.
Yeah, motherfucker, you should have named yourself Shaka Zulu or something. Hannibal, motherfucker. You're Ramesses. You understand what I'm saying? You don't name yourself Jimmy Hoffa. That just let me know. That just let me know. It's a lot of perpetrating ass niggas out here today.
And then, of course, as you all do know,
yeah, it's a lot of perpetrating niggas out here today. And you niggas gonna fall one by one, fucking with me. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people think I done mastered the strategy. I done mastered this strategy. And believe you me, nigga, if I get to beating the motherfucking drums, the water gonna shake, nigga. You can believe that. So I try to leave, I try to leave well alone. You feel what I'm saying? I try to be, where motherfuckers can maintain a positive frequency. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm dangerous. And I am.
Dangerous, ain't there?
Motherfuckers acknowledge that. Say, he's dangerous. They said he's dangerous. Yeah, I am. You better bear witness too, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm dangerous. Yeah. But anyway.
You got mad heart.
Mav, then he in there with a sob story talking about, how he lost, that the people he don't really own the shop. Say some Cro-Magnon Neanderthal probably owned the shop. I don't know. I don't know if he said if it was a Cro-Magnon Neanderthal, but they accused him of doing, being in the streets. Nigga, I mean, come on, nigga. You gonna come in here acting like you some goddamn John Gotti nigga? Like you moving all type of chickens out the freezer, nigga. You ain't, nigga. Stop it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. They tired of you. You know what I'm saying? Your energy ain't right. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the motherfuckers coming on your show, they wouldn't even watch you, nigga. If you had to stand on your own frequency and energy, nigga, you wouldn't have never got off the ground, nigga. You know, you wouldn't have never got off the ground, Mav Hoffa.
Inside the
and see, the thing is, if you would have came back and nigga and respected Black America, nigga, and just, you know, and say, you know what, I was out of pocket. You know, I ain't gonna let that happen again. That's family. You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers probably would have respected you even more, nigga. But no, nigga. But when I seen that Cro-Magnon Neanderthal slap the shit out you and knock your goddamn hat off your head, I was done with you, nigga. I say, goddamn it, you went out there and say, I dare you, and that goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthal flowed your ass. I say, oh man, come on, dog. You understand what I'm saying? Do something, motherfucker. Bite his ass.
Right. Defend yourself.
All I see, it was like the cartoon. The motherfucker Mav Hoffa say, I dare you. And before he could get it out a second time, it's like the cartoons. You know how you can knock a motherfucker from up under his hat?
Yeah.
The hat still be, you know, levitating and shit, but the body moved from up under the hat. I seen that nigga, his hat was still levitating. And motherfucker had knocked him out. I say, well, goddamn, you running off at the mouth, nigga. See, that's what's wrong with these niggas, man. They be running off at their motherfucking mouth thinking niggas playing. Niggas ain't playing out here. Right. This you know, this is you know, niggas is not playing out here. And so, you know, we have to be mindful. You know, fucking with people that ain't fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? Nah. And, you know, let the frequency reach whatever motherfucking receiver it need to reach. You feel me? But this is, you know, I hate to see a black man, you know, he look like he got potential. Look like he got potential. And then, I'm not, I say, God damn. You know, you like, God damn, nigga, why didn't you just, man, retreat? Why you didn't retreat? Why didn't you repent? You know what I'm saying? Say, I'm out of pocket. You gonna double down, nigga. You got what you was asking for.
Yep.
You got what you was at. Your frequency brought on what the fuck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sadie.
You already know.
What he was looking for.
I'm trying to let you already know. You see, I'm just trying to maintain. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker flipped. Motherfucker, I don't know where you from, but I know where I'm from. And it did taught me well. I try to be brotherly, you know what I'm saying? I try to stay in my motherfucking lane, you know what I'm saying? But if a motherfucker think he coming over in my lane, nigga, let me tell you something, dog. You listen, nigga. Maintain, nigga. Go. Find yourself. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself some business, dog. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Find yourself some business, nigga. Right. You know, because all this shit, you know, motherfuckers talking, you know, nigga, no, let's have this shit, you know, where we look each other in our eyes and shit, nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. Then we can, nigga, my fucking conversation ain't gonna change. Right. It's gonna sound just like it is right here. Mm-hmm. And the motherfucker, it might amplify. Yep. You feel what I'm saying? And more likely it will. That's just how it is. You feel me? You know, but we, you know, the thing is, it's a lesson to be learned because I'm not going to be, you know, I don't want to be that type of person. You know, I don't want to project no negativity. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Not at all. I ain't got time for that. I want to project all positive frequency to my people. When my people come over here to this page, I want you to have a good time. I want you to get you some information. I want you to laugh. I want you to leave this page with the frequency to go and do better than what you was doing. Or, you know, you might be been in a frequency, motherfucking and got on your nerves or something, or this, that, and you come over here and I, you know, through the information, having a good time, friends and brothers and sisters in the chat, and now you uplifted. That's what I'm about. I'm not about none of that. You see, I'm not about none of that. I don't have nothing to prove to no motherfucking body. I'm just gonna be real because water seeks its own level. You see, anybody out there, if they fuck with you, they fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's real. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't all this, you know what I'm saying? Stand on your own 2 motherfucking feet out there.
Yeah.
You see, no leaning. I'm been out here 30 years. I ain't leaned on one motherfucker. You feel me? No leaning on another nigga. Stand your ground. Let your motherfucking proficiency bring you all the, the fruits of your labor. You see what I'm saying? Let your proficiency bring you all the fruits of your motherfucking labor. But it will not be no leaning. It ain't gonna be no leaning on another nigga out there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We not gonna do that. And so this is another type of a failure, Mav Hoffa, a failure. Your frequency wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is sending like, Mav, you fucking up, right? Come on, dog. Get it together, man. All you had to do is come out there. I know the black community was upset about that, and I didn't really take into consideration, how the family would take it. And, I was out of pocket. Next time, I'm going to make sure any other goddamn, interviewees I bring on here, I'm going to have a structure where goddamn it ain't going to be none of that. You see what I'm saying? You can't come on here and disrespect and come out your mouth like that. You see what I'm saying? You should have cut it out. That's what you should have did. When you should have cut the shit out, and nigga, you would have, that would have been that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't put this up, Joe, because the black community, they in uproar. Do you know what I'm saying? But you did not do that. And that was because that showed me your frequency.
Right.
Even if your money ain't right, you fucking with a motherfucker that wasn't gonna give you the barbershop. You said that you thought that maybe you was gonna be able to work a deal with the motherfucker. You should have known that from the very beginning, nigga. You know what type of motherfuckers you fucking with. You should have known that. Ain't no nigga giving you nothing. You got to know that from the very fucking beginning. You have stepping. You have stepping, Mav. You have step. The name say it all. Yeah. I know. Listen, I know. I understand. Sometimes you do. And, I just don't want to crush this nigga. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. Ain't no other way it's going to happen other than that. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes, you can't rush. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me, dog. I'm a powerful man. Believe me when I tell you, I'm not saying this because I got an ego. Motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? In this conscious world that we live in, nigga, believe me, my hand reached through this motherfucker. You see? And, I can do more than what niggas believe I could do. You see what I'm saying? So bear witness. Yeah, bear witness. I don't always have to rush. When a motherfucker, you don't rush to, because motherfuckers are saying, anything just to, to get you to move. And so that shit is still like a mouse. I hear a mouse, a little weep. I'm a lion. You know what I'm saying? Weep, nigga. Get out my way, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get out my way. I don't got no, I don't run to you. That's what people say to you. He talk, that's what he want. That, you know what I'm saying? That's what he want. But I tell you what, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no little nigga. You don't call me, nigga. If I ain't in your motherfucking lane, stay out my motherfucking way. Period. I'm tired of it, all this, going, because it never, amount to shit no way. It never amount to shit no way. So, move around, nigga. Let your own proficiency bring you all the fruits of your labor. You understand what I'm saying? You know, that's what it boiled down to. The reason why motherfuckers crying, because my aura, nigga, is pushing into niggas' realm. That's what it is. My aura is pushing into niggas' realm. And motherfuckers is fragile. You know what I'm saying? And so they crying out. You see, if a motherfucker was, if their house was strong, they wouldn't have they wouldn't even think about nothing else but the prosperity. You know what I'm saying? When you prosperous, you see what I'm saying? You ain't worried about shit. But when a motherfucker then reached his hand in your realm, you see, and I'm squeezing, even though, but I'm doing it without, being erratic. You feel me? I'm doing it just on being me. And motherfuckers get to crying out. It's a lot of, I'm smart. It's something else moving, and so you see, y'all, I'm the motherfucking general. I've been doing this. It's other than that. You see, it's other than that. So I don't move when motherfuckers say move. No, it's something other than that in the atmosphere. You see? So you say run to the no. I feel something in this void over here. So instead of running this way, I might want to reach my hand over here in this void and snatch me a nigga out the void. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to. This ain't goddamn checkers. This is motherfucking chess. No, this. You know what I'm saying? This is motherfucker. This is war. Yeah. That motherfucker don't. These motherfuckers don't want me. You know what I'm saying? It's something else. It's something else. That motherfucker don't want me. Cause I ain't, nigga, you gonna piss me off. That's really what's gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? Move around, nigga. Move your little lightweight ass around, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about intellect or none of that. You niggas, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got hate in y'all heart, nigga. You got jealousy. And you understand, spite in your motherfucking heart. This ain't about no intellectualism. Nigga, it's about my aura, nigga, is reaching over into your house, nigga, and you can't do nothing about it, so you cry out like a bitch. I don't cry about none of you niggas. You ain't doing shit over here. You don't have no effect. You know what I'm saying? So why would I even call you, nigga? You see what I'm saying? But because I have influence and I have energy, and I done reached over there and people done said, you know what? I don't know about this bullshit you talking about, nigga. You see? I don't know nothing about what you talking about, nigga. See? I do this. I done smothered a lot of niggas. You understand what I'm saying? By not saying a word. If motherfuckers say, said, no. I ain't no motherfucking foot soldier. I'm a motherfucking general. I'm a king. I'm a god. Nigga, I don't rush to when a motherfucker say, I need. Motherfucker, move around, little nigga. Move around. You feel me? I just put that frequency out there because people, they be, you got all the little trolls and say, yeah, I tell you what, if the frequency turn the fuck up, I'm just going to be real. Leave me the fuck alone. That's all I'm going to say that point. Because sometimes motherfuckers get erratic. You see what I'm saying? Move the fuck around. You feel me? Move your ass, move your bitch ass around. Ain't got time to play no games with none of you bitch ass niggas. Move the fuck around. Ain't got time for you. You see what I'm saying? Let your motherfucking proficiency be the fruits of your motherfucking labor. Okay? Other than that, I advise you niggas to keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. Period. Bitch nigga, you don't know me. And I ain't trying to know your weak ass. So move around. Okay? I don't, how many motherfuckers down through the last 20 years want to debate me? Fuck you niggas.
Straight.
You know what I'm saying? I done did what I needed to do. And if I want to do it again, it's going to be on a higher level than you. Oh, fuck.
3 o'clock over there.
If I'm going to knock a motherfucker down, they going to be world class. It ain't going to be a comeback for you.
Shut it down, please.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
We're going to go back live tomorrow.
But anyway.
And we're going to be at our usual.
But anyway.
Our usual.
The nigga Mav Hoffa is, yeah. The brother Mav Hoffa man down. We hate to see that the brother did not repent. Yeah. You know, the nigga did not repent. And we didn't want to see, we wanted the brother to repent. We didn't want to see him fall like this. So we're not celebrating the fact, but we told you. We told you. You feel what I'm saying? We told you. You did not. And so maybe you know, I don't know. It's a little too late now. You know, but you know, hopefully that you can find some success somewhere, you know, where you can feed yourself and feed your family, be prosperous in another way. But you done lost your way in being able to, you know, be one, you know, influencing, you know, Black America and, you know, the internet in that way, you know, to be able to influence maybe the island niggas or something like that, but not this way. So you know, man down, Mav Hoffa is saying that he losing the barbershop. Yeah. So, yeah. So, it's a wrap, family. I want y'all to hit that subscribe button. Tell all them little niggas. And just for you motherfuckers to know I know, it's something out in the mess. Yeah. It's something out in the void. It's something beyond that. And I want you to know, nigga, that I'm Thanos, nigga, and I'll reach through the mist and I'll grab you too. All right? Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.
Black power always, you know. And Lisa Cabrera. Yeah, that was too bad when we tried to speak with Lisa Cabrera, then the phone decided to fuck up.
Yeah.
What's up, world? Let me.
Come on, baby.
All right. Well, what do you thoughts on
what?
What we just played?
Fuck Matt Hoffa. He been corny. He's corny, and said he been dragging him for a minute now, which I think is hella funny. So I don't let that happen anymore. You know?
Yeah.
That. Cut it down, baby. Tell everybody we'll be back tomorrow.
It already is tomorrow.
And later on today. Come on, baby, please.
Oh, Shabaka gotta say his closing.
Yeah, Shabaka say his closing.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having me on here on Frontline Black News. Please get with us. No, we are not doing no type of copyright infringement. We are not doing no intentional copyright infringement. So it could be the powers that be that just don't like the message that we put out. Hey, Jay Militant. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm going to bid you good evening, Jay Militant. What's happening up there in the Bay, man? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired. You know, this desert is starting to get a little hot. So I'll give you a call tomorrow. Shit. See, I'm so tired. I'm slurring my words. Shit. Okay, so I'll give you a call tomorrow, Brother Jesse. You know what I'm saying? And so we'll put down some episodes, for our next presentation. We appreciate all our supporters. We appreciate our critics, because we've been having critics over the last 10 goddamn years, and every fucking time you fools come up there with bullshit, we laugh at you, because 9 out of 10 of you motherfuckers don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm talking about our critics. You see what I'm saying? But our supporters, hey, we love you dearly. Yeah, say if we disagree agreeably, but our critics, our haters out there, and I'm talking to that damn Ursurus ass loan agent who loves Trump. What's that fool's name again?
Regal.
Regal. Yeah, Regal, you're fucked up in the head, man. It's all part of the Ma'afa that Dr. Marimba Ani had stated. So you probably need to read her to educate your ignorant, stupid ass motherfucker. And your punk ass is welcome to come back on anytime. So go up there with your Ursurus loan sharking business. You know what I'm saying?
He can't come back with us.
You banned him? Okay, well, the co-executive producer banned you. What's fool's name again?
Regal. It was actually Jay Militant that got rid of him.
Oh, okay. Well, Jay Militant banned that motherfucker. Okay, Jay Militant, appreciate it, man, because I got tired of arguing with an ignorant, stupid ass motherfucker who don't know shit. Hell, I'm not the most brilliant motherfucker there is, you know what I mean? But at the same token, we're trying to do something constructive here. And we're not going to sit up here and debate with idiots. If we disagree, Black family, please let us disagree agreeably. Me and Jesse do it all the time, Chang Kroon. And the only man who I'm voting for any political office, if I'm eligible to, is that man right there in Denver, Colorado. The rest of you sorry, crooked ass motherfucking politicians, not saying that Mr. Jesse is crooked, which he is not, because this man goes out here and he does the food bank. And I seen him do it in all 4 seasons, even if it's 15 fucking degrees below zero out there. I've seen that man go out there and do it. The man goes out there, reaches out to the people. He puts them crooked ass politicians and no good bastards in Colorado on the spot. And they don't like him for that. Not that he really cares, nor do I really care. I appreciate the man stepping up to the no good bastards and telling them what the fuck they are.
Right.
See, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, we be talking up here. A lot of times we got to laugh to keep from crying that this shit is so ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You got this orange, convicted 35 felon motherfucker out there running the country. He pardoned another crooked bastard, with old boulder brains there. What's that coon's name? Eric Adams. You know what I'm saying? Former police captain in a corrupt ass city like New York. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck is to expect? And we're going to go to a motherfucker like that, like Dump and like Eric Adams, thinking they're going to do something for the Black community? We're out of our rabbit ass minds if we believe that bullshit. But however, we do know that intelligent people do realize that shit stinks, okay, and to avoid it. See? There ain't nothing wrong with us doing for ourselves. There ain't nothing wrong with reaching out across the diaspora, but you got too many of these goddamn neo-colonialists who are on the puppet strings of colonialists. I mean, listen to Sister Mary McKeever. She told you this here damn near 70 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You see? We don't hate nobody, but we just ain't going to be putting up with a bunch of stupid-ass bullshit. You can call me all kind of fucking names that you want. You motherfuckers out there don't pay my goddamn bills. You ain't putting a roof over my head. I do that shit for myself. You see? So what in the fuck do I care what a stupid ass ignorant motherfucker got to say? I laugh at his dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? I really do. But you can come up here if you want to talk intelligent. We'll listen to you. You don't have to agree with us. If we disagree, please let us disagree agreeably. So anybody, I'm tired. So everybody, I'm going to bid you all a good morning right here from Sin City. Okay, and Brother Check, And Lady Che, okay, so I'll give y'all a call tomorrow. And then let Sister Bianca know we could do a special when she and I can get up here and argue. You know what I'm saying? And she could pick the subject. Sister Bianca could pick the subject. I just got to make sure I get a couple of days advance notice so I can go arm myself with some information with all these books I got lying around here. All right, folks. So I'm going to bid everybody a good night from Sin City. Come on, 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and y'all have a nice night. Okay, I'm out. All right, Lady J. Okay.
Have a nice night. All right, so the topics we can get to is the dump, being accused of insider trading.
Oh yeah. Like you gonna get like they go, you know they're gonna let him ride on that. Pelosi does it all the time.
Where's my phone? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got the Social Security is collapsing on waits, website outages, endless calls by Doge. Oh, I want to get to Nick Fuentes. God damn it.
Oh man,
Nick Fuentes said
doing the most.
just about Jason Whitlock. He basically called him a tool.
He called him a token. Yep.
And then,
yeah, he called him a token.
Why?
I think every time they get him set, man, you know, it's good stuff.
FBA brother wants to know why the Africans don't like Americans, but love the folks.
What?
Yeah. And if we have time, top 15 U.S. cities Black Americans are leaving and why you might want to. So we'll see y'all for part 2 with those topics. In the meantime, make sure y'all like and subscribe to all of our platforms. Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. The Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. It's Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter. For peace, love, light, reparations, and separations, and Black empowerment. Che and Kuma and Lady Che. Say bye, Lady Che.
Oh, bye, everybody. I'm trying to get Jesse come lay down now. And then I'm about to go bug my sister to put on our program. We was watching and we was all good to take a little sleepy, little nighttime rest.
Yeah.
So, which Jesse already got a head start on.
Yeah, I already got a head start on that. Alright, so we will see y'all then. Peace.
I don't mean to make that loud noise. Yeah.